Hey, Shalom, Israel, Shalom, Shalom. All right, we back for another Milk Monday. It's your boy Soldier Judah.
It's your brother Araya.
All right, so we back with another Milk Monday. First and foremost, we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right, Shalom to the brothers and the sisters that are tuned in and listening. If you would, please like the video when you come in the building. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, and also please share this video. All right. We don't do it for likes or nothing like that, but YouTube hasn't been sending out notifications like they're supposed to. And when the more likes we get, the algorithm kicks it out to everybody so they can see that we're going live. So that helps us out. All right. So Adawan Eliel is on his way home from work. All right. So we're gonna just do a little Q&A until he gets here. All right, so we got the answers for you. We'll bring them out through the spirit with the scriptures. If we don't, we'll lay our hands over our mouth and we'll hold it for Adawan Eliel when he gets here. All right. Once again, please like the video when you come in the building, share and subscribe. All right. So like I said, we'll do a quick Q&A. Last week we went. It was ladies' night, and we did. We just went over some scriptures concerning the sisters, gave them some laws on how to they handle themselves in the home and in public and toward their husband and their children. We're going to do a little bit more on that today when Adawan gets home and he gets all loaded up. So if y'all have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comment section, and we'll get them in the order that we see them. Ryan, if you got anything, go ahead and bring it out. If you got anything to say, anything?
Nah, we can just open it up with some uplifting Israel scriptures, man. Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Khan, I got you.
Khan.
All right.
Salah.
Jason, he asked, can we have a Friday class Q&A once a month? We actually have a Friday class Q&A every week. You know, it's just not the whole class is in the Q&A. You know, right after the classes are over, we do the questions concerning the class first, but right after that, you know, we'll answer as many questions as you have. So if you ever have a question, take them down, and we'll answer them to the best of our abilities after the class on Friday night. So you don't never have to wait on one weekend or one Shabbat class for that. You know, every week you can ask as many questions as you like. But I'm sure the elders will see that if they choose that they want to do something like that, then they'll do that. All right. Con, so Jason, you want to get on the phone. You want to get on the phone. That's what you want to do. All right. The phone always has priority when it comes to those questions. All right. And sometimes, depending on the type of question it is, it might be just a milk question. We can go to the scriptures and break it down real quick, and that be it. Then other times it might be a question where, you know, we have to expound on it a little bit more. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes, you know, the elder might have to break something down and break it down to that minute level so everybody can understand, and it might take a little longer. So, you know, just be patient. Definitely get on the call. Everybody likes to get on the YouTube because it's convenient. They can do what they're doing while they're watching the YouTube or listening. But if you definitely have a question that you definitely need to get answered, you want to get on the phone. All right, get on the phone so you can talk directly to the brothers. The stream goes so fast, sometimes your question might get skipped on that live stream. So definitely get on the phone, and we'll definitely answer your questions, brother. For sure. Go ahead, Orion. You said Deuteronomy 7 and 6? Okay, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Most High, thy power. The Most High, thy power, has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Muted it.
So yeah, we are special people unto the Most High Yahweh, our power, in the name of Yahweh Shai, man, above all people upon the face of the earth. Right? It's always a great thing with me when we gather, whether it's on the phone calls or it's on the YouTube. It don't matter. Let me get another one. All right, and after that, now go ahead and get it.
Okay, Con, this 1 Peter 2 and 9. But ye are a chosen generation,
That's right.
a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Right. That marvelous light is Hamashiach Yahushua, alluding to the book of John, chapter 8, verse 12. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that marvelous light was given to us in Mount Sinai, alluding to Proverbs 6 and 23. Judah, if you can give me 1 Chronicles 16, 13 to 17, then we're going to jump down to verse 35.
Okay, Con. You said 1 Chronicles
Con.
16. All right, this is the book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 16. And you want verse 13, Con?
Con.
Okay, Con. This is the book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 16, starting at verse 13. O ye seed of Israel, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen ones.
Mm-hmm. Going down to 17.
You want to go to 17? Or go all the way down to 17?
Con.
Okay, Con. He is the most high power. His judgments are in all the earth. Be ye mindful always of his covenant, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, even the covenant which he made with Abraham, and of his oath unto Isaac, and have confirmed the same to Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant.
Right. So this covenant, this oath that was sworn to our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is everlasting. It's forever. So I got a couple of precepts for her.
Okay, come on.
Of Phoenix, if it's an oxalaki. Book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 15.
All right, I got that for you. This is the book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 15.
Now, Salaki, 30, 33, verse 15.
All right, this is the book of Job, chapter 33, verse 15. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction.
So you're saying a dark shadow. It might be a shadow to you because the image it wasn't made manifest. You might not be able to withstand the image of even seeing something that's pure as an angel or messenger of the Most High, right? Go to Isaiah 66 and 4.
Okay, come on. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 66 and verse 4. I will also choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them, because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before mine eyes and chose that in which I delighted not.
So also that shadowy image can be something that's dreadful, what you fear. A lot of times when we having them shadows or like what you call terrors, a lot of times it's a disruption in our spirit. We not fully centered with the laws of Yahweh Shai. Might have concern about something that's going on. Might be you might not even be doing nothing necessary against the law, but it might be something chaotic in your life or something that's just not pleasing to you at that time. So that shadow can be a manifold of anything. So sometimes it could just be a delusion, right? Sometimes it could be an image, or it could be said there to frighten you to make you come back to the Most High in the first place, right? Go to 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 14.
Say it one more time, Mark.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 14.
Come on, this is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 14. But the spirit of the Most High departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from the Most High troubled him.
See that? So that dark shadow it can be an evil spirit to trouble you. Same way the evil spirit was sent from the Most High to Saul, right? But it was sent to Saul for disobedience. So make sure you examine yourself like the scriptures tell us to do. Examine yourself, making sure things are lining up in your life, correlating to the scriptures, and then and the will of the Most High, man, that spirit to leave, man. You know, sometimes you do a little fasting. With fasting and prayer always work well with the Most High. He actually moved well with that. Go back to 1 Chronicles 16 and 35.
Con. I wasn't trying to break your flow on that First Chronicles. I was just trying to remember.
Nah.
All right, con. This is book of First Chronicles, chapter 16 and verse 35. And say ye, save us, O Yahweh of our salvation, and gather us together and deliver us from the heathen, that we may give thanks to thy holy name and glory in thy praise.
See that? So even in Chronicles, it's telling us, look, we're going to be saved from the heathens, right? The Most High power is the power of our salvation, right? And told us, look, gather us together. So when you're looking for more precepts speaking about gathering, I got more. But when you got precepts looking for gathering, that's all through the scriptures, even with the prophecy that was given to Ezekiel with the 2 sticks, right? We separated, we two when we separate, but we one nation when we come together. So southern kingdom, northern kingdom, but together we the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Go to Luke 1 and 7.
Okay, Con, I got one about that question about the night terrors. Because this is just saying what the brother was saying, and we are right in the eyes of the Most High. We following after his law, statutes, and commandments. And those are some things that we don't have to worry about. Give me Proverbs 3, and let's start. Let's start at verse 20.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 20. By his knowledge, the depths are broken up, and the clouds drop down the dew.
Mm-hmm.
My son, let not them depart from thy eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion.
All right, so look, it says we gotta keep sound wisdom and discretion. All right, we can't let wisdom, knowledge, and understanding depart from our eyes. What is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding? Is these laws. Everything we do goes back to the law. All right, keep going up.
Verse 22. So shall there be life unto thy soul and grace to thy neck.
Mm-hmm.
Then shalt thou walk in thy ways safely, and thy foot shall not stumble.
So we keep the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We keep these laws. We're going to walk safely, and we're not going to stumble. All right, read verse 24.
The book of Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 24. When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Mm-hmm. Yea, thou shalt lay down, and thy sleep shall be sweet.
So if you're in all manners of wickedness, man, these are the things that can happen to you. Like the brother said, the strong delusions or that terror by night. You know what I'm saying? These are things that can happen to us if we're not walking in the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. If we're not keeping these laws. You see what I'm saying? It said when you lie us down, if we keep the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, when we lie down, we shouldn't be afraid. Right? And our sleep will be sweet so we can sleep peacefully. All right, we don't have to worry about these things. You know what I'm saying? Right. So hopefully that helps as well. Carnovia Williams. After this precept, I got you. We'll get some precepts on that. Go ahead. You said Luke what?
No, we can go right to the question.
All right, go ahead, Rob. We'll get some precepts as well.
First, let's get the words of Mashiach, Matthew chapter 6.
All right, let's go to Matthew chapter 6.
Start at 16.
All right, come. This is Matthew chapter 6 and 16. Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast.
Right. So Salaki. So first, when you fasting, you're doing this for the Most High Yahweh in the name of His only begotten Son. Right. You seeking something from the Most High. So when you fast, you should do it of good countenance and be cheerful as you do it. But if you fasting and you got the worry face down and you kind of keeping the eye boogers in your eyes, and every time somebody come around where you're like, yeah, you know I'm fasting, Christ's gonna tell you, look, you already got your reward, right? So when you fast, and He gonna tell you, man, you're supposed to anoint thy head and wash their face. Personality supposed to know you fast, and your face should still be as bright as it was when you ate that big old cheeseburger that you like to eat from Five Guys, or that sirloin steak that your mom's made that night before, or anything you like to eat, lamb gyro, anything. You understand? Go ahead, continue.
Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, when thou fastest, anoint thy head and wash thy face, that thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto thy Father which is in secret. And thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly.
Right, Khan. So Go into your closet. That don't necessarily mean the four walls in your room, right? Find you a chamber somewhere quiet, or it can be right inside your own temple, right? You can pray within yourself, because the Most High, where He tried the hearts of man, that's where He dwell at, in the soul, right? Romans 8 tell you that the spirit make intercession when we got groaning. Some things you can't even utter what to pray, right? But your spirit groaning, the Most High hear that. Christ, He's the mediator for that groaning spirit. You know what I'm saying? Go to the book of Jonah, chapter 3 and verse 7.
It's the book of Jonah. So chapter 3, verse 7. It's the book of Jonah, chapter 3 and verse 7. And he caused it to be proclaimed and published through Nineveh by the decree of the king and his nobles, saying, let neither man nor beast nor herd nor flock taste anything. Let them not feed nor drink. But let man and beast be covered with sackcloth, and cry mightily unto Yahweh. Yea, let them turn everyone from his evil way, and from the violence that is in their hands.
Right. So that's the way we fast, right? Is you cry mightily unto the Most High when you fast, right? And Judah, give me 2 Chronicles 7 and 14. You crying mightily into the Most High, but with fasting come a change or repentance, which means to turn away from something. So in order to get something from the Most High, you're gonna also require things of you, right? And then becoming into Israel, we should be repenting daily anyway. You understand? So you got there, 2 Chronicles 7:14.
This book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 7 and verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin, and will heal their land.
Right, because we know in John 9:31, the Most High have not sinners. So if you fast and you still committing iniquity, you basically you fasting in vain, right? You just went on a diet, right? Most High not even hearing it. So with fasting and prayer also come with repentance, right? That's the first thing you should do when you're going into a fast. You should go straight into repentance, acknowledge the sins of the nation we are in now, and the transgression of our forefathers, because that's why we're in the land of our captivity. And then whatever you seek personally from the Most High, go ahead, give up with a mighty cry to the Most High. Right.
Hey, I got one in Leviticus chapter 16, verse 29.
Bring it up.
And this is talking about the Day of Atonement, but it's just a point that I'm just trying to get out of there. This is Leviticus 16 and 29. It says, and this shall be a statute forever unto you, that in the 7th month, on the 10th day of the month, ye shall afflict your souls and do no work at all, whether it be one of your own country or a stranger that sojourneth among you. For on that day shall the priest make an atonement for you to cleanse you, that ye may be clean from all your sins before the Most High. All right. So I'm going to read 31. It shall be a Sabbath of rest unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls by a statute forever. So this is talking about the Day of Atonement. We do this once a year. All right. But the point is, fasting, you're afflicting your soul. You crying out to the Most High. You showing the Most High, I can sacrifice. I need you to hear me. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
The brothers, we do fast when a brother needs it all the time. I said this before. When my grandmother was in the hospital with corona, I was like, hey, look, I need y'all brothers to fast with me. And we afflicted our souls. We cried out to the Most High. And my grandmother was one of the oldest people in that city to walk out of there with corona. Everybody was dying. Young folks was dying. And she walked up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So that shows you the power of prayer and fasting. You're afflicting your spirit. You know what I'm saying? It said in the scripture the brother brought out, was talking about wearing sackcloth. Sackcloth is like a potato sack. Mm-hmm. It's scratchy and it hurt. You know what I'm saying? You're not in your best clothes. You're not, in designer. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Nah, you wearing, I try to find the raggediest stuff I got in the crib, sit in my room, face the east, pray, you know what I'm saying? And hope that the Most High hears us. You know what I'm saying? So he can just have some grace and mercy on us. So we ain't worthy of nothing. So we just hoping that the Most High has some grace and mercy onto us to just hear our prayer and just give us a little bit, you know what I'm saying, that we desire. You know what I'm saying? But through fasting and prayer, a lot of things can happen for us. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing it in the right spirit. Yep. All praises. We got any other questions? You can bring something out until we yonder bar. No problem, sister. No problem, sister.
About to say, Matthew told the disciples in the 17th chapter, some things like and alluding back to that evil spirit, some things can't be cast away except through fasting and prayer. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some spirits can't even leave the presence except through fasting and prayer, right? Because they try to rebuke in the spirit and they ask Yahushua, hey, why couldn't we cast out that evil spirit?
Mm-hmm.
So that also goes with internal turmoil that we all deal with day to day, being in the kingdom. One more, Romans 12 verse 1. Romans 12, chapter 12 and verse 1. It said, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. Right? So fasting and praying, affliction, all that's your reasonable service to the Most High. Right? Even Hebrews 5, I believe verse 10 tell you that even Hamashiach learned obedience to the things that he suffered. So that's why we also are partakers of that suffering. Christ suffered, we suffer. Through suffering, it's the perfection of our salvation, right? So,
hey, let me get one more. This is one you was talking about in Mark chapter 9, verse 29. I had to find it. Do we need to get the whole thing? Let's see. I'm just gonna start at verse 23. All right. Yahushua said unto him, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. Right. So look, when you're fasting and praying for something, you got to believe. You can't just be fasting and praying with zero belief. You know what I'm saying? You cannot do that. You feel me? Don't have disbelief in your heart. You got to have that faith, that even the mustard seed faith, when you're doing that fasting and praying. All right. Because all things are possible to him that believe. All right. And verse 24, and straightway the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Master, I believe. Help thou my unbelief. So he's asking, he believes in the Most High. He was like, man, help my unbelief. All right. Sometimes you got to pray for faith. All right? Verse 25, when Yahushua saw that the people came running together, he rebuked the foul spirit, saying unto him, thou dumb and deaf spirit, I charge thee, come out of him and enter no more into him. And the spirit cried and went and rent him sore and came out of him. And he was as one dead, insomuch that many said he is dead. But Yahushua took him up by the hand and lifted him up, and he arose. And when he was come into the house, his disciples asked him privately, why could we not cast him out? And he said unto them, this kind can come forth by nothing but prayer and fasting. So that prayer and fasting gives a different type of power than anything else. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like the brother said, sometimes certain things got to happen through fasting and prayer. All right, let's see what this brother talking about. Came into the truth in September, all praises, and kind of just disappeared from everybody. Now my old homeboys been hitting me up to hang out. Is it wise to do if I'm only trying to tell them about the truth? I'm gonna give you a personal opinion. All right. If these are your homeboys, I'm talking about from my personal opinion. All right. And then we go get some scriptures. If your homeboys are gonna try to pull you to the left or to the right, they're like, yo, hit this J one time, hit this blunt. Knowing that you don't do that no more, or bruh, it's three of us, bro, but there's four girls here, bro. You gotta come through. You know what I'm saying? Get on this honey or something. If they on that type of time, then nah, bro, you got to stay away. All right, you got to stay away because you still trying to build your spirit. I'm in the truth for 3+ years, and I'm still building my spirit. I can't be around certain activities that's going on because those activities was my vice in the world. You know what I'm saying? I don't hang around none of my homeboys that I used to hang. Oh, they on that? Okay, Con. He said that's exactly what they on. They know. No. All right. You can text the brothers if you want to give them the truth. But if anything besides that, if you still building up your spirit and you're trying to and you trying to stay on the straight and narrow path, no, don't do it. All right, brother. You got a precept. Go ahead and get that while I get the precept I'm thinking about. And we're gonna get some precepts on this, man.
First, you just coming into the truth. It would be wise to learn the doctrine first, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Proverbs 4:2 tell you what the doctrine is. Let me grab that real quick before I grab this precept.
Okay, Con.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4. I'm gonna start at verse 1. It said, "Hear ye children, the instruction of a father, and intend to know understanding. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law." Right? So the law is the good doctrine. So learn the doctrine, learn the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Learn how to be a brother, like Sirach 6 say. Even if you don't know how to be a brother, learn how not to be an enemy. And learning learning on how not to be an enemy is being a brother, one and the same. See that? So the scriptures never contradict itself, right? Proverbs 4:23, that's one of my favorite. Say, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life, right? So the things that you fumbling back and forth with, they all in your head, bro. The Most High said, keep your heart with diligence. You go to Deuteronomy, it tell you that you should keep diligence to the law. So everything will lead back to keeping the Most High commandments, right? So you coming in the truth, the Most High put it on your spirit to know you're Israelite, fellowship, or if you ain't got nobody to congregate in your area, get on the YouTube as much as you can. We got a Friday night class where you can call in, ask questions. Out of Wyam, they definitely gonna answer it, man. We got some wise counsels around us, and the precept I'm gonna get. I got two. You hop in when you First Peter chapter 5 and verse 2. It say, "Feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind, neither as being lords over the Most High heritage, but being examples to the flock." Right. So we the heritage of the Most High. We belong to the Most High. So us that's been appointed to be examples is just that. So instead of trying to go teach them already, and you just coming out of that, no, you at this point you need to learn, and within your learning, you will be as an example. So they seeing you denying the things and you fading away from it, like, damn, bro, really getting into this Bible and stuff, man. They might, they're gonna laugh at you, probably call you Farrakhan and you Gandhi and all, Dr. King, all this, but that comes with it, man. Sometimes even that's what we do anyway. You know what I'm saying? As men, we kick it like that, or we mess with each other in that mannerism. But don't be in the truth and start getting all sensitive about brothers cracking jokes on you, because it cracked jokes on you in the world too when you did anything. You mess with a girl too long, oh, you little sucker for love. That's just what comes with the territory, right? But you got a greater cause or greater calling, which is serving Yahweh Shai and gathering yourself together, which our father Jacob told us in Genesis 49:1-2, right? And let me grab one more, Judah, and you got it.
Okay, go ahead.
On the book of Sirach, chapter 27, verse 11, it say, "The discourse of a godly man is always with wisdom, but a fool changes as the moon." Right? So a wise man is going to always instruct you out of the book of the law, statutes, commandments. He's going to give you examples with the history of our people and the words of a Mashiach Yahushua. Right? But a person that's still in the world, he might think on the subject matter this way and then feels totally different the next day or the next week. Now he moving this way, right? He double-minded. You can't move like that, right? Verse 12, "If thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time, but be continually among men of understanding." So if you want to kick it, but observe your time with them. If you're feeling yourself going into temptation, then okay, I only could be around the brothers or my men for a few minutes, maybe 30 minutes, then I gotta get up out of there, right? I felt myself going into temptation, and that's going into the Lord's Prayer, right? Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from that evil, right? So James 4:7 tell you to submit to God and flee the devil, right? Or submit to God and resist the devil, and he will flee. So, these are things you just practice on daily, build up the faith in Yahweh Shai, and he going to lead your steps, man. I yield you.
Come. All right, I'm going to get a couple on. There's brothers that I can't hang with this day that I loved in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna get the scripture on it. All right, but I'm just gonna break these down. This is Psalms starting at verse 1. Psalms chapter 1 starting at verse 1. It says, "Blessed is the man that walketh in the counsel, that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful." So you ain't really supposed to keep. You blessed when you don't keep bad company. You see what I'm saying? When it ain't like it's like we take a total detour when we come into the truth. You know what I'm saying? The truth is this way. The world is this way. We going this way.
That's
then
right.
the Most High wakes us up and we boom. You know what I'm saying? We go right to the right way. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like we right in between and bro, we be wicked. And then the Most High wakes us up and steers us in the right direction. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta, in order to do that, you can't let people pull you back to that worldly way. You know what I'm saying? So we can't walk in the way of the ungodly or in the counsel of the ungodly. That's another thing. We can't be taking advice for people that ain't keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
If I need advice, I call this brother. I call Adawan Eliel. I call Adawan Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? And countless other brothers in the camp. You know what I'm saying? That I trust with their opinion. You see what I'm saying? And they're going to go into the scriptures and they're going to tell me what thus saith the Lord. And once I get that wise counsel, I'm not to deviate from that. All right? But verse 2, but his delight is in the law of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
And in his law does he meditate day and night. So while you building up your spirit, bro, you're supposed to be meditating on these laws. You know what I'm saying? Your homeboys, they ain't talking about no laws, bro. They trying to do other stuff. You feel what I'm saying? They trying to be in the streets. They trying to deal with these females that's in the world. They trying to smoke some weed or something. They trying to do whatever, all manners of wickedness. You supposed to be meditating on the law. Your delight needs to be in the law, not hang with your homeboy.
That's right.
All right. Verse 3, and he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in its season. All right, so we're trying to bring forth good fruit. And you want to be like that tree planted by the rivers of water, right? His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. That's what we want. We want to prosper in everything. So what is the word I'm looking for? What is the reward on being with the ungodly or taking counsel of the ungodly or chilling with evildoers? There's no reward, all right. But when you stay with the brothers in this truth, or you stay in these scriptures, you know what I'm saying? You stay in your little bubble and build your spirit up, man. You're gonna be blessed. I got another one.
Bring it up.
Where is it? Give me 1 second. If you got one, go ahead and bring it out.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 10. It say, be steadfast in thy understanding and let thy word be the same, right? Because what David told us in the 119th Psalm, right? Verse 9 say, wherewithal should a young man cleanse his way by taking heed thereto according to thy word, right? And then if you go back up to, you can start at verse 1 down to verse 4, when we was bringing out Proverbs 4:23, when it's saying to keep your heart with all diligence. It said, blessed are the undefiled in the way who walk in the law of Yahweh. Blessed are they that keep his testimonies and that seek him with the whole heart. They also do no iniquity. They walk in his ways. Thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently. That's right. So you keep your heart with all diligence, you keeping them precepts, right? Precept upon precept is how you get your understanding, right? Contextually, you get that and you meditate on. Go ahead, Drew.
Right. All right, yeah, my bad. I was in the wrong chapter. Yo, can you give me Psalms 26, starting at verse 4?
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 26 and verse 4. It said, I have not sat with vain persons, neither will I go into neither would I go in with dissemblers.
All right. So it said, I have not sat with vain persons. All right. These are the people that we don't want to really chill with. This is David talking.
Right.
All right. It says, I have not sat with vain persons, neither will I go in with dissemblers. Keep going.
Verse 5. I have hated the congregation of evildoers and will not sit with the wicked.
And I just looked up the word dissembler, right? Dissemblers are like unhonest individuals.
That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying? Liars or people with intentions, false intentions, or they have guile and they're always in the disguise, something like that. All right. So they said, I've hated the congregation of the evildoers. It didn't say like, yo, I chill with them sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I just be chilling with them. I try to get a word up in there when they, you know, I try, you know what I'm saying? I try to get in there sometimes and kick them some knowledge, but I don't want to ruin the party. So I don't be doing too much, but knowing good and well when you get there, you getting drunk right with them, or you know, you get lost in conversation, then you get lost in that cup, and now you get, you know what I'm saying? We all have done it. In the truth, we all have done it. You know what I'm saying? But there's a learning process while you're building yourself up, right? Keep going out.
Verse 6. I will wash my hands in innocency, so will I compass thy altar, O Yahweh.
So we want to be innocent, man. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to be innocent always. So when Yahweh sends his son and them angels will come back, man, we found innocent. And he gives us some mercy for the things that we did do. And we can get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Give me Proverbs 14 and start at verse 20.
This is the book of Proverbs. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
The poor is hated even of his own neighbor, but the rich have many friends.
Salakia, 13 and 20. Salakia.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed.
I mean, come on, dog. I used to hang with a companion of fools, like no lie. We used to be doing all manners of wickedness, and we always did it at night because you know you ain't seen like that. We used to go out, man. Yo, look, we all should be dead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got brothers in the truth who used to kick in doors, used to sell drugs, used to shoot at people, used to get shot at. But when the Most High brings you from out of that, you want to stay from out of that. You don't want to be walking with the fools or the foolish because you won't get destroyed, man.
That's right.
A whole bunch of fools. If it's 4 fools and you trying to hang with them, you're gonna be the 5th fool easily. You know what I'm saying? So while you're building up your spirit, you gotta stay in the congregation of the wise. Get 1 Corinthians chapter 15. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, Salaki. Get 21 in that chapter, Proverbs 13 and 21. And then we're going to go to 1 Corinthians chapter 15, Salaki.
It's the book of Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
Evil pursueth sinners, but to the righteous good shall be repaid.
All right, so yo, when you out there doing all manners of wickedness because you're not built up in the spirit all the way, you know what I'm saying? And now you falling into sin, evil pursues you. All right? Now, ain't nobody's saying as soon as you get into the truth, you're going to be perfect. Nah, bro, because we all mess up. We all got to repent. We all got to do all types of, you know what I'm saying? Fasting, praying, begging the Most High for repentance or for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying?
That's
but
right.
It's evil pursue sinners. But when you're righteous, good is going to be repaid. All right? So this is something I wish I heard just coming into the truth. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Because you had to hit some bumps in the road sometimes when you ain't get this type of counsel when you first get into the truth. So you got to think about that. You want to remain righteous. All right, give me 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. And we're gonna read 34 too.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 33.
Mm-hmm.
Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners.
I'm trying to tell you, yo, look, you with your homeboys, and all they talking about is all manners of wickedness, what they gonna do to this shorty. You You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. They can't wait to see this nigga so I can snap. And your spirit start to be like, yeah, you know, I'm telling you, even to this day, you feel what I'm saying? Evil communication corrupts good manners. Keep going.
Verse 34. Awake to righteousness and sin not. For some have not the knowledge of the Most High. I speak this to your shame.
So your homeboys don't have the knowledge of the Most High. You feel what I'm saying? So once you awaken to this righteousness, you got to stay in this righteousness, dog, because your homeboys don't have the knowledge of the Most High. All right? And you're gonna be shamed when it's all said and done if you veer off to the left or the right, trying to what is it? You're trying to trim your ways to seek love.
Yeah, that's right.
We gotta have tunnel vision. I got one more and I'm done since I don't want to here. This is when we bring out at camp all the time. You know what I'm saying? But it still applies to this day. All right, even though you woke up in September, it still applies. Give me Mark 4 and 14. Because this is if you got homeboys that don't support you. You know what I'm saying? And they always trying to pull you out of something and make you be back to the same dude you used to be. All right.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 4 and verse 14. The sower soweth the word. And these are they by the wayside where the word is sown. But when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts.
All right, so I'm going to stop there. So you heard the word, it was sown unto you by whoever it was, whatever camp, whatever teacher, whatever. All right, you heard the word, and as soon as you started to understand, boom. Now your homeboys want to hit you up now. Hey, man, come smoke with us. Come to the strip club with us. Come, hey, bro, it's 3 of us and there's 4 girls. You got to come through. You know what I'm saying? Now you like, dang, now you conflicted like, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's Satan coming to take away that word that was sown in your heart. You feel what I'm saying? Do not let that happen.
You keep saying that. Your friends must have asked you to do that, huh?
Bro, what? Like, bro, we the baddest from the earth, bro.
This man keep using the same example. This man must have had a chance to have 2 wives, and he said, no, I'm playing. All right, let's go.
Shalom, not one. How about Shem Yah Shabbat Rocket Down?
Yeah, how about Shem Yah Shabbat Rocket Down?
Hey, stay y'all, man.
All right. So I'm like, yeah, what the brother was bringing out was true stuff. So that was facts. But tonight it's ladies' night part 2. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that, right? Get your pens, your notepads, your paper. We're gonna start with what we didn't get into last week and just finish everything out. So ain't gonna be too long. You know what I mean? Proverbs 31:1. Let's get that.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 1.
And Judah, you could go ahead and get Proverbs 12 and 8. And if you could hold Ecclesiasticus 36 and 22.
Proverbs 12 and 8. And Ecclesiasticus what?
36 and 22. Because Ariah gonna read the entire Proverb 31, so I don't want the man to have to read too much. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 1. The words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. What my son, and what the son of my womb, and what the son of my vows. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
Read that one more time, out.
Verse 3. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
That's for the brothers. That's for the brothers who just getting into the truth. That's for the brothers who know that a woman makes them weak. You feel what I'm saying? The scriptures say we gotta be a man, bro. We can't give our strength unto woman. All right, go ahead, Adawan.
All right. So yeah, like the brother was saying, right? Can't give your strength unto woman, right? Go back to verse 2. Let me read that again.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 2. It says, what my son, and what the son of my womb, and what the son of my vows.
Come on.
Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
So like the brother was saying, you're not supposed to give your strength unto women and the ways that destroy kings. That's like giving all your power unto the woman, right? Making her decision the last decision, not having the last decision, not having the last say. You know what I'm saying? Always trying to figure out, is it okay with her? That's you giving her all the power. You understand what I'm saying? She knows that she get the last say. You're always gonna see if she's okay with what it is. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that it's good and everything's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's giving her too much power. That's that happy wife, happy life. You know what I'm saying? This is Solomon's mom literally telling him not to run your life like that because it destroys kings. You understand? And what are we supposed to be according to the Bible? The nation of kings and priests, right?
That's right.
That's
So
right.
we saw implanting that into society and making that something that we would all have to follow, putting it even in the church and having it being a church saying, you know what I'm saying? I've been in the church before and they said happy wife, happy life. You know what I mean? So that being a societal thing that they did with implanting that destroys kings. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
Verse 4. It is not for kings, O Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes strong drink.
Hey, does The Rock have the link?
Yeah, I sent it to him. He said he was gonna be late.
Okay, I'll just make sure. Yeah. All right, read that again.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 4. It is not for kings, O Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes strong drink.
Right. Come on.
Lest they drink and forget the law and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted.
So she's basically telling him to be sober-minded, right? Because when you drink too much wine, it could cause you to lose judgment. You become drunk, all that type of stuff. You do stuff that you shouldn't do. You act in a way that's unorderly in the fashion that a king should act. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 6. Give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of heavy hearts.
Right.
Let him drink and forget his poverty and remember his misery no more.
Mm-hmm.
Open thy mouth for the dumb, and the cause of all such are appointed to destruction.
Right. So open our mouth for the dumb, and the cause of all such as are appointed to destruction. Right. So we're supposed to basically just continue to do what we do. Keep warning the wicked, keep opening your mouth, keep making sure that the people know what the law is, you know what I'm saying? So that they're not destroyed. But verse 10, go ahead and skip to that.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman?
So who can find a virtuous woman, right? That's what we're talking about now. This is the thing that all the sisters wanted us to talk about last week, right? Because everybody and their mama think they're a virtuous woman as soon as they come to the truth.
I'm trying to tell you.
My husband love me. Virtuous. Mm-hmm.
Ain't never read the verse ever.
I can't keep him off me.
Yeah.
Right? So everybody think they're virtuous. What you have to understand is there's certain characteristics that a virtuous woman has, right? Big problem is, even with women in the truth, right? Though you gotta call yourself virtuous and everything. Damn. Am I still there? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, you there. You good.
Because I know my joint just froze up. But even though you call yourself virtuous and all that, people typically don't act like it. You feel what I'm saying? So even in the truth, the women aren't typically acting virtuous. They do things that a virtuous person wouldn't do, virtuous woman wouldn't do, right? Most of them don't even know what virtuous means. So before we get into it, let's look up the definition, right? Because this is important when it comes to the understanding, right? When you understand what a word means, it may help you understand how to apply it to your life better. You feel me?
That's right.
Yo, if I could stop getting these damn emails pop up on my computer, we'd be good.
I got a precept after you finish that other one.
All right, hold on a second. In fact, go ahead and bring it out. Let me see.
All right, we went over this last week, but still. This is Barak, chapter 26, verse 1 through.
Oh no.
Okay, come.
You ain't bringing out nothing that I got on the paper right now.
Oh,
So,
I ain't my bad.
Yeah. Nah. When we get to 26, you can bring that out because we're gonna bring that back out a little bit today. So
Okay.
virtuous, right? Can everybody see the screen?
Khan out of one.
Is it close enough for y'all to be able to read it?
Khan out of
Yeah.
one.
All right, hold on. Let me make sure we not on the screen so they can actually see everything. Back. All right. So virtuous, right? Having or showing high moral standards, right? Or chaste, right? Typically used of a woman. So what's one of the words that Mosai uses to describe Israel in the way that he wants us to act towards him when following the law, statutes, and commandments? He calls us a word that involves the word, a phrase, I guess, that involves the word chaste. Y'all know what it is?
La, I probably know it once you said it.
Right.
His virgin. He wants us to act as a chaste virgin.
Khan.
And that's basically like a virgin is supposed to be innocent, right? So they're supposed to not want to be unethical, to always follow the laws and in their moral code, you know what I'm saying? Which is supposed to be the law, statutes, and commandments. And a chaste person is someone who has high moral standard. So a virtuous woman is a woman with a high moral standard towards following the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Those are her morals, and she holds herself to that standard. If she's not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the level that the scripts say that she's supposed to be keeping them, and if she's not acting to the level that she's supposed to be acting according to the scriptures, then she corrects herself and she realizes her faults at that as well. You know what I'm saying? Because before you can correct yourself, you have to be able to see where you're going wrong at. You understand what I'm saying? So that's basically what that is. So now that y'all see the definition of a virtuous woman, and y'all understand that it is a woman who has a high moral code or high moral standard towards the scriptures, right? Towards the law, statutes, and commandments. Let's get into the lesson. Go ahead, finish that. Keep reading.
Khan, this book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
So the price of this virtuous woman is far above rubies, right? You'll see that, ironically, according like by the Spirit, it's a lot of camps that are actually doing lessons on Eve right now. You know what I'm saying? Some are happening today, some are going to be happening this week, but just through the Spirit, there's a lot of camps that are going to be making videos about Eve. Reason why? So something going on with y'all right now. So this is not to get on anybody, but specifically it's to teach you guys, you know what I'm saying, and give you a more definition based, I guess, understanding of Proverbs 31 and how that looks, you know what I'm saying, what that looks like according to the scriptures. That's what our whole goal is, right? To make sure that y'all understand what that looks like according to the scriptures so that you could properly apply that to your lives. You feel? So by the end of the lesson, y'all should know what a virtuous woman looks like, acts like, what she does, and what she doesn't do. You feel? So y'all can write that on your paper because you're supposed to be taking notes. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 11. The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil.
Come on, read that again.
Verse 11. The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil.
Come. So the heart of her husband does safely trust her, so that he shall have no need of spoil, right? This is because he has no reason to think that anything's going to happen, you know what I'm saying? If he wasn't to be around her or anything like that, he has no reason to not trust her for any reason. You feel me? So, that's just that. Keep going.
Verse 12. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
She's gonna do him good and not evil all the days of her life, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's something a lot of y'all got a problem with. Y'all rather do him do you good all the days of his life, and with you, whatever happens, happens. Or at least that's how y'all act. So hopefully, when we go down the line of what a virtuous woman looks like, right? And our big brother Sirach goes through and tells you what a regular worldly woman looks like, right?
That's right.
You guys can make the distinction between the two and choose which one you want to be. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 13. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands.
You see that? So she actually works. She ain't trying to sit at home and let a dude take care of her and stuff like that.
That's
She's
right.
working. You feel what I'm saying? So that whole independent corporate woman mindset that y'all have, it would be dope if y'all could take that mindset and turn it towards like a family woman mindset and combine the two. You know what I'm saying? Because a lady orders a house. We're going to get into that a little later in the lesson. Really explain to you what that is. But this is talking about like her actually working for her family. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands, right? She's going to talk about her buying fields and all type of stuff. This is her actually working, putting in work. You feel what I'm saying? I had sisters actually tell me before in the past, I just want a dude to take care of me, man.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them do.
You know what I'm saying? I just want a dude to take care of me. If I could find a young sugar daddy, I'd be okay with that. That's what a lot of them want. That's the mentality that America and that society period is built for our young ladies to think about, right? And even for our old ladies to think about. Because some of them got it from their mama.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So keep reading.
Come. Verse 14. She is like the merchant's ships. She bringeth her food from afar.
She's like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar, right? Go ahead.
She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens.
You see that? She's still working. She ain't waiting for stuff to be done for her. She's putting in the work. She's taking the initiative and she's getting the stuff done herself. She's keeping order in the house, ordering the household, right? She's a virtuous woman. She has a high moral code. She's making sure that things get done in the crib. Go ahead.
Verse 16. She considereth a field
She
and
considered the field. So she's out there looking for land, right?
that's right.
She ain't just expecting the man to do it. I'm not saying these are things y'all have to do now. Times are a little bit different, but the fact of the matter is that there's things y'all could do to put in work, right? And that's basically what this is explaining to you. We're not saying you gotta put up all the money you saved up and go get a $150,000 lot for your family or something like that. That ain't what I'm saying. That'd be a good idea, but that ain't what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, look at the example that they're giving you for the woman and the type of things that she's doing. Right? This is a king's mother explaining this stuff to him. Go ahead.
That's right. Verse 16. She considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands, she planteth a vineyard.
Right. With the fruit of her hands, she planted the vineyard. Go ahead.
She girdeth her loins with strength and strengtheneth her arms.
Right.
She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night.
You see that? So she's perceiving that the merchandise is good. She's able to make that type of decision herself. The man trusts her to make that type of decision, as we read earlier, right? So he's trusting that whatever she do, his spoils not, everything gonna be good. He's not gonna be left with spoils at the end of the day. So this is the type of stuff that we're talking about. Now, a lot of times, especially my generation and the generation right before mine, the women are indecisive. You know what I'm saying? And they'd rather wait to let you make the decision to do something like this. Wouldn't even cross their mind to do it on their own. You know what I'm saying? It's because they wasn't raised to think like that. But this is the type of woman that he's saying he need to look for. If it ain't this type of woman, he no need to get it. And she's telling him straight up it's gonna be hard to find that type of woman because the price of her is above rubies, right? Who can find her? That's what she said, right? Go ahead.
Verse 19. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff.
Right? So this is more hard work, right? He's working with her hands. Things that they say only the man should do now in society. I'm not saying that that's something y'all should get out there and do, but I see Esau wife out there cutting the grass sometime.
That's right.
And ironically, they're in their kingdom. Right? Just saying. Go ahead.
Verse 20. She stretcheth out her hand to the poor. Yeah, she reacheth forth her hands to the needy.
See that? She gives to the poor. She help her family out, and then she take what she got left, you know what I'm saying? She give away to the poor. She make her donations for them tax breaks. You feel me? Go ahead.
Verse 21. She is not afraid of the snow of her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet.
Mm-hmm. So she's making sure that the household is dressed nice, right? Household's drippy and stuff, right? That's more keeping order in the house. Go ahead.
Verse 22. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry, Her clothing is silk and purple.
And she make her clothes, right? So this goes to the women learning how to make the garments and stuff like that. It's important that a woman learn how to sew. I remember y'all all went over this before too, right? So when we get into, deeper in Jacob's trouble and everything like that, and even in the wilderness, when it's gonna be hard to get clothes, you can't just go to the store and buy something. Right. You know what I'm saying? People gonna have to learn how to take that stuff off the plants and stuff, because eventually we'll be planting things and everything like that, planting textiles and stuff. We'll have to learn how to make all that stuff from the plants. Then after we make the fabric, they'll have to know how to sew it. You understand what I'm saying? That's something everybody should learn. These type of things are things that the women should actually learn how to do. It's in the book for a reason. You understand what I'm saying? This virtuous woman is going to be important for a man to have when Jacob's trouble comes. That man's going to be lucky. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 23. Her husband is known in the gates when he sitteth among the elders of the land.
Right? Why is he known in the gates? There's a couple reasons why you can think about that, right? One, if the woman is able to handle certain things in the household, or a lot of things in the household, that means that's less things he has to go handle, right? Which means he could turn his attention to other things, right? So if we're the ones that's being called to go out there in the streets and teach the people and make the lessons and, you know what I'm saying, teach the people, right? Wake the people up, bring them back to the law, statutes, and commandments, bring them back to the Most High, bid them back to the marriage. That's enough work in itself. If you know how Jake is, right? I'm talking a little different tonight because I got into a fight last night. Dude tried to rob me from a car. Gunpoint. Had to take the gun from him, take a couple licks to the face. My head was swollen on the side and all that stuff. He got me in my nose swollen. But I had to take the gun from him, and I couldn't shoot him because I'm an Israelite. And he turned around and ran away. So I was no longer in danger. But I was thinking about, if I shoot him, Most High might be mad at me for that. And that's the way I wouldn't have thought before, right? So dealing with Jake enough is crazy as hell, right? For a brother in the truth. So to not have to deal with Eve at home just makes things 10 times easier for us. And y'all don't even understand that, right? So this virtuous woman, she's literally got everything straight at the crib, where the man don't even got to worry about nothing. His name is known in the gates because they know he don't got to worry about nothing at home. Everything's straight. He's able to focus on waking up the people, right?
Right.
So that's the type of stuff that we have to deal with, and this is the type of woman that we need around to help us, get through crazy ass situations. Excuse my language. So go ahead, keep reading.
Come. Verse 24. She maketh fine linen and selleth it, and delivereth girdles unto the merchant.
Right? She maketh fine linen and selleth it, and delivereth girdles unto the merchants. You understand what I'm saying? So she's still doing work. Now she's selling the clothes that she made. You feel?
Come.
Now she's bringing money into the household with work that she did with her hands. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 20.
Could go by that shit. Go ahead.
Verse 25. Strength and honor are her clothing.
Mm-hmm.
She shall rejoice in time to come.
You see that? Why shall she rejoice in time to come? She gonna end up being one of them 1/3. Right? She got a seat in the kingdom. That's how it works. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 26. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue is the law of kindness.
Yeah, come. See that? Her tongue is the law of kindness. She opened her mouth with wisdom, right?
That's right.
It was a crazy situation last night. You know what I'm saying? If I would have had somebody just yapping my ear off, why was you on Campbellton Road? Well, I had a client out there, and I had to get me some food. Put up to the soul food spot because my client told me that was the best spot around there, and it was only 5 minutes from his house. Did my deal, made the sale. As soon as I hop out the car, I'm on the phone with my mom telling her I made a sale and stuff like that, another sale and everything. As soon as I hop out the car, he sneak attack me from the back and take the keys out of my hand. And everything escalated from there. You know what I'm saying? So if I would have had somebody yap, because I was out there, that would have made me more stressed out, would have made me more pissed off, right?
That's right.
He tried to shoot me with my own pistol yesterday because he got it out the car when he ran in the car with the keys. And we ended up fighting for the gun. So, like I said, Jake goes through crazy situations. We had a brother, an elder in a camp who was doing Uber Eats and he got killed just a couple weeks ago. Right?
That's
Being
right.
in the truth don't make you safe. We're not safe yet. He that endured to the end shall be saved. Right?
That's
We can
right.
be taken out at any moment. I've been reminded twice in the last 2 weeks. Right? So, again, this lesson isn't just for y'all, right? It's not for us to get on Eve. It's to explain to y'all that it's a certain woman that Israelite man needs in his life, a certain way that y'all gotta act, because there's certain stresses that we're gonna go through, certain tests that we're gonna go through that a regular person, a person in the world, isn't gonna have to deal with. You feel what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Come. The book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 27. She looketh well to that Salaki. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness.
She looketh
Her
well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness, right? So she's looking towards the future of her household. She's trying to make sure everything with her house is good, everything is in order, everything's straight, right? She's not chilling, waiting, sitting back for everything to get done by somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? What's up, boy? How you doing? All right, go ahead. Sorry about the click clack. Dog just ran.
Come. Verse 28. Her children arise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praiseth her.
So, man, read that again.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 28. Her children arise up and call her blessed.
Right. Why are her children able to do that? One, because she had the house ordered up, right? She trained them up in the way they should go. So they see that their father's name is known in the gates. They go around people in the congregation for the feast days and everything like that. Everybody knows who their pops is. Everybody knows who their mom is. All the sisters asking their mom for advice. You know what I'm saying? They get to look at their mom. They get to look up to her, and they, my mom's blessed. My folks blessed. Yeah, that's my mom. You know what I'm saying? Because they see how she's treated by the people. The Most High allows that to happen. He makes them treat her like that because she's a virtuous woman.
That's right.
That's the example y'all supposed to be trying to follow, right? There's plenty of them in the scriptures. Sarah, Deborah, Ruth, right? Shalom. Pop says shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, that's that, man. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
God. Verse 28. Her children arise up and call her blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband also, and he praiseth her.
Her husband also, and he praises her, right? Because he knows he's blessed. He knows what he got, right? So, and that's a feeling that I'm sure all of y'all would like to have as well, right? To know that your husband knows he's blessed because of how you act, right?
That's right.
Go ahead.
God. Verse 29. Many daughters have done virtuously.
So y'all say that, we are virtuous women, y'all virtuous women, all that type of stuff like that. But yeah, many daughters have done virtuously, but go ahead.
But thou excellest them all.
But y'all should want to excel, exceed all of them. Surpass everybody else. Not to say it's a competition, but, kind of make it a competition. And I'm not saying in the sense of like, say a brother has multiple wives, make it a competition between the multiple wives or whatever. That ain't what I'm talking about. But like, try your best. If you know a sister is, she's known for making pies every Saturday night or whatever, because that's what her husband like after he come home from camp or something like that. I'm just giving an example. And the sisters in the camp like that, and they heard about it and they thought it was a cool idea or whatever. Instead of envying the sister for getting praise for that, why don't you do something similar to that you know your husband will like? Right? Something along those lines. But go ahead. Continue reading.
Verse 30. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth Yahweh, she shall be praised.
Right? Favor is deceitful. You understand me? So a lot of people may give you favor, may give a woman in the world favor and stuff like that. The Instagram models and stuff like that. I know a lot of the sisters in the truth be mad when they come in. They gotta wear modest clothes and stuff. They can't wear the little thought tops and all that type of stuff they used to wear, the tight clothes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they get mad when these other women are getting attention and stuff like that, but they're not realizing that praise and favor is deceitful. Those women are getting their attention now because they're not going to be in the kingdom getting attention. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 31:31. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates.
See that? So she's going to get the fruit of her hands, right? That means that's based off actual work that she's done. You feel what I'm saying? That's how it works. So give her the fruit of her hands and let her own works praise her in the gates. You understand me? That's how that works. Bye-bye, All right. So that's Proverbs 31. Y'all should have a little bit better of an understanding of that, if not a full understanding, but you will soon.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 8. A man shall be commended according to his wisdom, but he that is of a perverse heart shall be despised.
Mm-hmm.
He that is despised and hath servant is.
Wait, did I pick the wrong verse?
I think so.
Hold it. Dang, where I went.
Hold on.
All right, hold up.
I got one. No, I got one while you looking for it.
Okay, you can read that and then read Ecclesiasticus 36.
Okay, cool. This is Proverbs 11 and 16. A gracious woman retaineth honor, and strong men retain riches. Just a little on the women. You said
that's a good one. Cause I only wanted two for this, so that's straight. But I read Proverbs 12 and 4. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh ashamed is as rottenness in her bones. That's what I was looking for, actually. You know what I'm saying? So
That's right.
This is explaining to you what a virtuous woman's feeling is to an Israelite man, right? And what a rotten woman is, a worldly woman, how that makes an Israelite man feel, right? The worldly woman is rottenness to his bones, make him feel like he about to fall apart. You know what I'm saying? Slowly but surely, like a tree. You feel? So brothers don't like feeling like that. You know what I mean? We go through a lot as it is. But that's that. Ecclesiastes 36 and 22.
Khan is the book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 36, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
The beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance, and a man loveth nothing better. That's right.
See that? The beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance, and a man loveth nothing better. You feel? And beauty, like I said, is, as they say, in the eyes of the beholder, right? But the favor that a lot of women get that you see, that's not really to an extent. It ain't that the brothers always think they're beautiful. It's just something to look at. And what's the main part of the scripture here? It says, a man loveth nothing better. So if a man thinks something beautiful, he gonna want to look at it, right? That's why brothers, when they in the world, the girl walk by with the pants on that fit her right, and everybody breaking their neck just to see her walk down the street. Because when a beautiful woman's there, a man loveth nothing better.
That's right.
It's in their DNA. It's how it is, right? So what y'all gotta understand is there's different types of beauty, especially now in this society, right? There's your natural beauty, and then there's the celebrity beauty, I'll call it, for the show's sake, right? So the celebrity beauty is the fake hair, the nails, the eyelashes, you know what I'm saying? The stuff that you think you gotta wear to look a certain way because that's how everybody in the celebrity world looks when they go out in public. They put these things on and that make y'all want to put them things on, right? When the girl was dressing natural and they got famous for a little bit, right? Girls was getting natural and stuff. When the India Iries and the Erica Badu's was hot and stuff like that, right? The Lauryn Hills, when they was hot, everybody wanted to be natural, right? They took that away from you because you saw the one that run the music industry and the Hollywood and stuff, right? So because they took that away from you, what you got now? Now you got Beyonce, right? And Destiny's Child. They was like some of the first. You know what I'm saying? TLC. You know what I mean? People start dyeing their hair different colors, wearing the fake eyelashes and the really, really long nails and stuff, right? Missy Elliott's and all them type of people, right? Now it's progressed to the Nicki Minaj's and all these other people, right? The Nicki Minaj's and the Cardi B's and the Meg Thee Stallions, all these other stylish women, right? So the way they dress now is the same way that you see the little 12-year-old girls and the 15-year-old girls dress when you at the mall. That's how they dress to get up and go to American Deli. They leave their house and put on an outfit like they're going to the club just to go to American Deli and go back home.
You're looking weird.
Right? It's 4:00 p.m. on Tuesday, and you dress like you going to the club at 4:00 p.m. on Tuesday at American Deli. You know what I'm saying? And don't even think nothing's wrong with it. Just can one of the soldiers please subscribe to comments?
Hey, can we keep going on that though? There's more. I ain't know if you
subscribe the precepts so people know what we're reading. What'd you say, Judah? I didn't hear you.
I said, can we keep going on that though? I don't know if you had that down because there's more.
Oh yeah, we're gonna keep going.
Okay,
A couple
come
more verses. Keep reading.
on. We at verse 23. If there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue, then is not her husband like other men.
See, if there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue, then it's not a husband like other men, right? That's part of being a virtuous woman. It's a lot of y'all that actually don't have kindness and meekness and all that type of stuff or comfort in your speech towards your husband. A lot of us yak, right?
Right.
The brother come and he stay outside with us at camp and then come to go eat with us after camp and then stay in the parking lot after camp after we ate and we left at like 12 p.m. You know what I'm saying? I mean 12 a.m. You know what I'm saying? And he's still in the parking lot because he don't want to go home and deal with you when he get home.
That's a fact.
Right? So yeah. It's because we'll read it in a second. You know that's Sirach 25 and that's Sirach 26, right? The way that the woman was acting in those verses is the type of woman that we don't want. That's the type of woman that we don't need right now, right? So the kindness, the meekness, the comfort, that's something that a lot of y'all need to grow to have, something that y'all need to learn. You feel what I'm saying? Because without that, it's going to be difficult. Shalom, man. Without that, it's going to be difficult for y'all to have a successful relationship as your man gets further in his walk. You know what I'm saying? And if your man isn't in the truth and you in by yourself and you got to do it, you changing the way that you treat him as far as your meekness and your kindness and the way that you treat him and your comfort, all that type of stuff, that'll make him come into the truth.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You ain't got to teach him no damn scriptures. If you change how you acting straight up right away, he's going to be wondering, why the heck you acting like that? Where'd this come from? And then the stuff that come out your mouth is, I'm an Israelite now. This is how the Israelite woman's supposed to act. Word? Let me see what this Israelite stuff about. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is, because that's really what the brother want. He just wants you to act right. Right? So go ahead.
That's right.
Verse 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest.
That possession part we're gonna talk about a little bit later because I know y'all don't like to hear that word. but we're gonna talk about it, right? But it says he get a help like unto himself and a pillar of rest, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what y'all job's supposed to be. Y'all got 3 main jobs. Be fruitful and multiply. So you helping us with that. Help meet, pillar of rest. If you master those things and the things that come with those things, then you won't have any problems.
That's right.
And there's things that come with those things. We're talking about that, right? The meekness, the being able to comfort him, the kindness in your tongue, all the stuff that the virtuous woman had, right? Being able to work, keep the house orderly. You know what I'm saying? Train up the child in the way they should go. We're going to talk about all of that. But these are the things that y'all are supposed to be able to do in order to completely fulfill your duty as a woman in the household, according to the scriptures, once you come into this truth, right? Go ahead.
Verse 25. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled.
See? So this is where you see the brothers talking about on Facebook, if you ain't got a husband, then it's going to be hard for you to make it. Right? Because it says in the verse before, he that getteth the wife is a possession, right? In the next verse, where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. A hedge is a covering, right? According to 1 Corinthians chapter 11, who is the covering of the woman? Right? Somebody grab that right quick. Derek, get that. 1 Corinthians 11:3. Unmute yourself when you get it.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3.
Right? Who's the covering for the woman?
But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man.
The head of the woman is the man, right? Go ahead.
And the head of Christ is God.
Right? So that's the order of man, right? We went over that last week. So now the covering of the woman is the man. You understand what I'm saying? Go back to Ecclesiasticus chapter 36. He that getteth the wife, we're at verse 24. He that getteth the wife beginneth the possession, and help like unto himself in a pillar of rest, right? Where no hedge is, where there's no covering, where there's no man, right? There the possession is spoiled. Why? Because that same chapter, 1 Corinthians 11, explains to you that the woman was made for man, right? What was she made for? To be his helpmeet, like unto himself, and a pillar of rest, and to help him be fruitful and multiply, which is a help like unto himself, as you're helping him with that.
Lucky.
Go ahead.
It also says in Surah 25 that the woman came to begin to sin.
We're going to get into that. Again, but we went over that last week. I ain't want to stress that too much because I ain't want them to feel like they're getting beat up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so where no hedge is, the possession is spoiled. He that hath no wife will wander, and he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning, right? So a man that has no wife is pissed off. Problems he go through, stresses he has because there's no comfort, meekness, or any of that stuff in his life at the moment, right? So when a brother has a wife and she don't act right, and it causes him to not have her around, that pisses him off even more, right? When you got separate from your wife because she not acting right, that's a problem.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
So if you have a wife in the household and she doesn't have that kindness and that meekness and that comfort in her tongue, you probably walking around mourning, up and down mourning, because you don't really have a wife, huh?
Yeah, let me. I wasn't gonna do this yet, but Sirach chapter 26 in verse 7. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. Right? That's why the brother would be more happy sitting in the parking lot at Jack's Pizza. You know what I'm saying? From 12 to 5 in the morning sleeping or whatever, instead of going home. You feel what I'm saying? Because I've seen it before. You feel me? Or the brother might be in another state and he get home from work and sit in the parking lot, not the parking lot, but the driveway or whatever, or maybe the parking lot, if y'all live in an apartment, right? And he stayed in the driveway or the parking lot the whole night, just listening to the radio and stuff because he don't want to go inside. Because that scorpion he got waiting inside might sting his ass. Right? He ain't gonna be able to go to work the next day. Verse 8: a drunken woman, a drunken woman and a gatter abroad causeth great anger, right? A drunken woman and a gatter abroad causeth great anger. She will not cover her own shame. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. We're gonna get into that later, right? Same way that a man, the way a man looks can be seen in his laughter and the way he walks and stuff, right? We know what you are by them eyelashes and them long ass nails that you wearing, right? So, yep, that's that for now. So let's get back to the program. Let's go Proverbs chapter 7 First Timothy 2 and 9, right? Did that one y'all holding that? All right. I bet. Read that. And Garrett, you can get Proverbs chapter 7 verse 10.
That's the book of First.
And Judah gets Sirach 26 and 9. That's Sirach 26. Go ahead. All right. Free?
Yeah, he breaking up.
This is the book of First Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 9.
All right.
Hey, yo, you lagging real bad. You might have to leave and come back.
Okay. You can hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. You just lagged a little bit. I think. Okay, he
He
left.
hears everything I think coming. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's 1 Timothy 2:9.
yeah. First Timothy 2:9.
This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9. In like manner also, that the women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
Right. So now we're gonna get into some traits of the virtuous woman, right? Of a virtuous woman. So a woman's supposed to adorn herself in modest apparel. You got that right? You back now?
Con.
All right, go ahead, read that.
Am I still lagging?
Nah, you straight.
Con. It's the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 9. And like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel,
Right, go
with
ahead.
shamefacedness and sobriety, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly array.
Right. Now this is not saying that you can't have braided hair, you can't have pearls or any of that type of stuff. It's saying that ain't supposed to be the first thing people notice when you walk in the room, right? If you got on modest apparel, first thing they're gonna notice is, dang, all the girls my age gonna say, dang, she dressed like a grandma. Or if they got some sense, they might say, dang, that's a nice dress she got on, right? And then they see the bangles on your arm, right? They see the hoop as the moon on your ears, your rings and your things. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, that's when they start to notice all the other stuff. Okay, yeah, she got some drip. She's swaggy, whatever they say, right? So there you go. But that ain't supposed to be the first thing that people notice when you walk into the room. It's supposed to be something about your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Your meekness, all that type of stuff. That's the first thing they should notice. That's how much it should be spewing out of you when you walk into a room. But a lot of y'all ain't looking for that to be spewing out of you. A lot of you are more worried about your looks and how your hair look. You know what I'm saying? The type of jacket you got on, all that type of stuff. Because you worried about, your looks. You worried about outside appearance more than the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And the inside will stand out more. Y'all just don't know that. So, that's it on that. What I ask for next? Proverbs 7.
Con.
You said Proverbs 7, Proverbs 10 and
Proverbs 7, verse 10.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 7 and verse 10. And it reads, And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtle of heart.
Mm-hmm. So look. Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Here, you're about to read a little bit of a passage. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm only going to read a couple verses. But in this passage, it's a man that is being sought after by a harlot. He's basically going to be trapped and she going to, have sex with him and stuff. So, but in this little passage, you kind of get a taste of how the woman would prepare themselves before they did something, right? She's talking about cinnamon and all this type of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? And the man, he's noticing what she is by the way she dresses. Just like if you down on the Vegas Strip, you know what's what by the way they dress and how they act and how they look, right? If you in Atlanta, you know what's what by the way they dress and how they act and how they look. But nowadays, you can't tell the difference between the hookers and the regular girls because they dress in the same damn way.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them acting the same damn way, right? So it becomes a situation where y'all have to make it easy for us to make a distinction between the two. A lot of y'all get mad because a guy treats you a certain way, but how was you dressing when you met the guy? Right? Every date that you went on with the guy, how did you dress up? Every time you saw the guy, what was you wearing? How did you make yourself look? Right? Because, like, what did it say in Sirach 26? Read that again. Or, what was it? Yeah. The haughty eyelids. Or, 1 Timothy 2 and 9. Slaki, read that again. Whoever had that.
It's the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 9. It It say, in like manner also, the women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
See,
With
in like manner
shamefacedness.
also, in like manner also, the women adorn themselves in modest apparel, right? Go ahead.
And shamefacedness and sobriety.
In shamefacedness and sobriety, right? That's how you're supposed to look. But the harlot, how does she look, right? The whoredom of a woman, this is Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 26:9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids, right? If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty, right? The liberty is the ability to be able to dress like that and nobody think you look weird, because that's how everybody in society is dressing. Now you have the liberty to dress like a thought, look like a thought, a hoe, a whore, whatever you want to call yourself, right? And you not be looked at as a whore, because everybody in society dressed like that now. So now it's a trick. You know what I'm saying? Everything a trick now. They got transsexuals to trick people, right? I got a homeboy who almost went to jail for that like a month ago. He went to the club, went home with the person he thought was a chick, and the chick had a stick. It almost gotten, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
We in Atlanta. I tell the brother all the time, be careful going to the clubs. Will Smith used to hang out here. It's a little joke inside. But so I make the joke all the time, but he continued to go to the club, right? It's tricks out here. And it's the same way with the women. A lot of y'all act as if you're wholesome women, but you don't dress like it. A lot of you probably are wholesome women and stuff, but you don't dress like it. When a brother meet you, even in his spirit, him not being in the truth or anything like that, he gonna treat you like what you dress like. Because what you dress like is gonna determine your spirit. Ecclesiasticus 26:7 or 9. I mean, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. If thy daughter be shameless, right? If she's cool walking out the crib with her titties out, excuse my language, right? If she's cool walking out the house with the little booty shorts on and she don't think nothing's wrong with every dude walking down the street whistling at her and stuff, she's mad when it happened, but she keep putting on the same clothes, right? That's shameless. So if your daughter be shameless, right? Keep her in straightly. Keep her in the crib. Lock her up. Don't let her go nowhere, right? Unless she abused herself with overmuch liberty. That overmuch liberty abuses you. You're going to abuse yourself with too much freedom. That's why they lock you up, right? Watch over an impotent eye and marvel not if she trespass against thee, right? Because a lot of them come like look the Spider-Man saying, right? With great power comes great responsibility, right? The way it is with the dots, with dot tops comes great whoredom. The way they dress is how they act.
Precept.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 19 and verse 29. It says, a man may be known by his looks, and one that hath understanding by his countenance. When thou meetest him, a man's attire and access, laughter and gait show of what he is.
You see? So that's the vice versa for the man. You understand? You could tell how a man is. Old boy should have known by the aftershave on the dude's face at the club with the dress on that was a nigga. But in Atlanta, it's like 30 Dr. Miamis. You know what I'm saying? Probably just shaved his face or something. I don't know. I can always tell. But brothers be getting tripped out here. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's that. But the same way that a brother can be known, you know, it's a fruit walking down the street, and we know, hey, brother, Romans chapter 1 did it. You know what I'm saying? Without him even talking to us, we just see him walking, right? They is the same way we could tell how you gonna act by what you got on as a woman.
That's right.
The brother see you at the party, at the kickback, he know you gonna be the one to give it up because you got that dress on. Everybody else ain't dressed like that.
That's a fact.
Ooh, she got that red cup in her hand too. Yeah. Right? In the world, that's how the grimy dude gonna think.
All right.
He gonna LL Cool J you until you ready to give it up. Right? So go ahead, continue.
Verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 7 and verse 11. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house.
You see that? So first it's telling you that the woman, this harlot, she gonna be known by her attire, right? He meets her, right? And she's got the attire of a harlot. Now it's telling you that this woman who got this attire of a harlot, this is what I was telling you guys about the spirit of the woman, right? Now she's loud and stubborn, and her feet abide not in her house, right? With great power comes great responsibility. With whorish clothes comes whorish attitude, right?
Right.
It changes spirit. That's why the brothers tell you all the time when the sister wear nothing but pants all the time, she gonna act like the man.
Right.
Because it's the spirit. Your clothes can change your spirit. When the brother put on the dress, he changed his name to Rolando. He put the pants on, he's Will. Right? Because it changed his spirit.
Right.
Man, American courage. All right. Sirach chapter 26, verse 9.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids.
Hold on, Salakia. Go ahead.
God. I'm going to read it over. This is Sirach chapter 26, verse 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and her eyelids.
See that? So the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. Once again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Titus chapter 2, verse 3. Y'all see how the woman acts, how the whore looks, the way that you look and the way that your spirit is coexist with each other, right? The clothes that you wear and the way that you act are going to be based off of one another. If you wear the modest clothes and the meek clothes, guess how you gonna act?
Modest and meek.
Modest and meek, right? Ain't it true? It's probably one time, 2 times tops that I seen women with the modest clothes on not act modest. They was either fighting or some other stuff was going on, right? But other than that, usually when they got the modest clothes on, the head wrap, all that stuff, the scarf, whatever, right? They act modest. They, hi brother, how you doing? Right? You see in the street, hey, what's up, boy? How you doing, man? Good to see you. How the kids doing? You understand? Just talking to you like a homeboy or something. So this is stuff that women got to really understand, think about as well. You know what I'm saying? When you got your daughters, your little girls that's not in the truth or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They live with their pops, or if you're a man and they live with their mom and their mom won't let them come into the truth, you got your little girls walking around dressing like this and stuff, acting like this. You don't know what they're doing. Get them right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to end up being them women that, got too much liberty. From there, becomes, they opening their quiver to sit on every arrow. You know what I'm saying? It goes into more depth. To rock a cold brother, yo. But all right. Setting examples, right? This is what y'all supposed to do. Now that y'all see all the type of things that a woman is not supposed to be doing, let's get to the examples, right? Titus chapter 2, verse 3. Somebody else get Sirach 26 and 13. Whoever's at Sirach 26, just stay there. Somebody else get Titus 2 and 3. Read that. ASAP.
It's the book of Titus, chapter 2 and verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as cometh holiness, not
Right.
accusers, not given to much wine, good teachers of good things, that,
Uh-huh.
that they may teach the young women to be sober, to
Right.
love their husbands,
Mm-hmm.
to love their children,
Right.
to be discreet,
Yes.
keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands.
Mm-hmm.
Word of God be not blasphemed.
You see that? Obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed. Some of y'all listen to other people, but you don't listen to your own dude, right?
I got
Mhm.
Nothing they tell you to do something, you'll do that. But your dude tell you to do something. What I need to do that for? Do it yourself. Y'all make that face?
Esau
Right?
tell you.
Esau tell you to do something. Yes, sir. Right? Like, boy. But and it's explaining, right? It starts off with telling you the aged woman likewise, right? She's supposed to act a certain way, right? She's supposed to that they be in behavior like as becometh holiness. So you're supposed to act set apart, right? This is your mamas, your aunties, your grandmas, all them people that's telling you to be free in your young age, be a thought, like in your early 20s. You know what I'm saying? Be free. Go to the club, do your thing, be me, right? That's what she's telling you to do. But they supposed to be telling you no. Make sure you get your stuff together. Find you a good brother. You know what I'm saying? Settle down. Keep everything in order. Work hard and keep the commandments. Right? They're supposed to be teaching something along the lines of that. But they don't teach that. I've seen they don't teach that.
Mhm.
Right? So the aged woman is supposed to teach you a certain type of way, right? Not to be false accusers, not to be given to too much wine, right? Teachers of good things, right? Not go to the club. When I was your age, I was partying, dancing, flipping, kicking, sipping, and dripping. You understand what I'm saying? You should be having fun in your 20s. That's what the old folks say now,
Mm-hmm. If I could
right?
do that.
They think that's cool. So because it's cool, it's sound advice, right? Everybody just want to be cool now. Go ahead.
Mhm.
What you about to say?
Oh no, they just be saying if I could go back to my 20s, you don't even know what I'll be doing.
Boy, if I had a nickel for every time I heard that,
I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
I would be Bill Gates. I'm telling you, yo.
I got a piece of that one.
Go ahead.
The quick one. It's the book of First Timothy chapter 3 and 11. It says, even so must their wives be grave, not slanderous, sober, faithful in all things.
See that?
Uh,
That's how you're supposed to act, right? Not slanderous, faithful in all things. Sirach chapter 26, verse 13.
Book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 13. The grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones.
So you see how the rotten woman we read in Proverbs, right? She make your bones rotten, rottenness to the bones, right?
Mhm.
But this virtuous woman, the woman that has grace that delighted the husband, right? She's gonna have discretion that fatten his bones. He gonna be healthier just by the way you act. Ironically, right?
Fact.
Sometimes a brother that always got problems with his wife or whatever, he always got health problems. You know, you realize that? Be coughing up a
Yeah,
storm, back be hurting. You know what I'm saying? Can't walk and stuff. But having
that's
chest
that
problems.
kill you, man.
You know what I'm saying? High blood pressure, all that type of mess, right? Headaches, migraines,
Gout.
gout. Yeah, I hope you ain't got no damn gout. You supposed to put the pig away. But
Hey, woman wicked, that's all she want to cook 'em. You know what I'm saying?
there go to Zaxby. But so the grace, right? That's gonna fatten his bones. Read verse 14.
A silent and loving woman
A
is a
what?
A silent and loving woman.
Loud and loving woman.
A silent and loving woman.
How you could be silent and loving? What? How I'm supposed to show you my love if I'm silent? And you see like 50 people saying that just now? How I'm supposed to show you my love if I'm silent?
Love is an action word, babe.
Right. Right. So the a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, gift from Yahweh, right? Oh man, your girl don't talk much. Hell yeah.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
You gonna see a banana smile, get it edge.
Your girl talk too damn much, nigga. Yeah, what? Yes, what I'm saying? Now you known in the gates. The brother get into a fight with his girl. Why you can't be like Eliel wife? Why you can't be like Judah wife? You talk too goddamn much. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now they having fights and bringing you up because they seen how your girl acting at the restaurant.
Yeah, for real.
Because that's what brother want, right? A silent and loving woman is a gift from Yahweh. Go ahead.
And there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
It is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. If you could teach her something and she listened to it,
goodness gracious.
gold. Price above rubies. Because nowadays you tell them, and it's like this is the thing you told them, right? And this is their brain.
Boing, boing, boing.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Right? So y'all gotta fix that. Keep reading.
A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued.
Shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 times. Keep reading.
As the sun when it arises in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house.
So is the beauty of a good wife in the what?
In the ordering of her house.
You see that? Y'all supposed to keep the house orderly. And it's a beautiful thing. When we ain't got to do everything our damn self. Some of y'all don't like to clean.
Nope.
Some of y'all don't like to cook. Some of y'all don't like to even dress the kids in the morning for work.
Wash your face.
Right? The man got to get up, get himself ready, get the kids ready, and get you ready. Yes, what I'm saying? It didn't go to work. It don't make no sense. Keep reading.
Hey, Salagi, I don't want.
What?
Precept proverb.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 19 and verse 14. It said, "House and riches are the inheritance of fathers, and a prudent wife is from Yahweh."
Google what prudent means. Not y'all. Let them Google it. Go ahead.
This is verse 17, Surah 26:17. As the clear light is upon the holy candlestick, so is the beauty in the face in ripe age.
Right? You gonna want to grow old. Yeah, come. Go ahead, read it again.
So is the beauty of the face in ripe age. So,
right. So it's the beauty of the face in ripe age, right? So the man's share is trippy.
It's true.
Yeah. All right. Damn. That was funny. Okay. So yeah. All right. It says, as clear as the light is upon the candlestick, so is the beauty of the face in ripe age, right? So the type of woman that you read about in the verses above, right? that's gonna be the woman that you want to grow old with. And as you get old with her, you still gonna feel like she's beautiful and stuff. You know how Esau tell you, you ain't gonna think she pure. You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna be beautiful and stuff like that when you get old. You're gonna have to find something else to like. Y'all gonna have to find something else to comment and stuff like that. The Bible not saying that. Because she act how she's supposed to act. She never gonna be ugly to you.
Mm-hmm.
You only say your girl ugly and stuff like that in your brain when she acting like a Edomite. Right? Which you don't listen, right? So that's it on that. Let's move on to Hebrews chapter 13 and 4.
It's a lock. I got
get into marriage. Huh?
a quick precept on that last point you just made.
All right, make it quick.
It's quick. You said that we only think our women ugly when they're acting like wicked and like Esau. This is Sirach 25 and 17. The wickedness of a woman changes her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth.
Whew.
The wickedness of a woman changes her face and darken it like sackcloth.
She said they age like bananas.
Yeah. The wickedness of a woman make her age like bananas. See?
She talking about Esau though.
It don't matter. This works for y'all too. Y'all wickedness make y'all have to wear makeup, which make you age like bananas, just like Esau. Mm-hmm. Real quick. 0 to 100. Mm-hmm. So, Hebrews 13 and 4.
Hey, Khan, this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 4.
You know I ain't lying.
Marriage,
Some of y'all 15 looking like y'all 37. You know what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage is honorable in all.
Marriage
And
is
the
what?
bed of the foul is honorable of all.
Nah. You don't need no man.
Marriage is honorable in all.
No, I'm supposed to go to the club and find Jerron, and you know, when I go to the club next week, it's gonna be Terrell, and when I go to the club the week after that, Shirai and Terrell. Right?
Marriage is honorable in all.
Okay, marriage is honorable in all. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean that's just that. People got to understand that these days, the whole goal for Esau, especially when it comes to Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, is to make sure that we don't get married.
Mm-hmm.
And if we do get married, the marriage is unsuccessful because it's based off of things in society that they put and implant into the TV, into the things that you listen to, your radio, your rap, your hip hop, all that type of stuff, right? That they know are going to make your marriage unsuccessful. So they make you grow up a certain way with certain characteristics and stuff like that based off the way that you've acted and the things that you've seen on TV and heard in the radio that they know are detrimental to keeping a family structure the way it needs to be in the household, right?
That's right.
Esau ain't started listening to rap music till he was 20. You feel? So he grew up listening to that good old wholesome country music where he didn't have to worry about any of that stuff, right? So he's being taught by his parents. He's going to the white Christian church, you know what I'm saying, with no black people in it. He's being taught morals and values, manners, all that type of stuff, right? How to act. So they go get married at damn 18, 17. They getting married right after high school, right?
Right.
Well, we having kids at 16, 17, 18, 19, but ain't none of us getting married. You feel what I'm saying? It's the way that they have society structured for us and the things that they want us to see, right? Esau is watching Spike TV. We're watching Love and Hip Hop. You understand? So we have to understand that too. Like some parents censor what their kids are watching. I never understood why before I came into the truth. It's because a lot of that stuff is the reason why a lot of our people act the way they act. You know what I'm saying? Dude that tried to rob me yesterday was high off something. Some type of pill, I'm sure, right? Why is he popping the pills? Because it's in every damn rap song he's listening to.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So they're like giving you a lifestyle through this type of stuff, and they know that it's gonna make it mess up the marriage. And if there's no marriage, what that mean? There's only one parent in the household.
No order.
If there's one parent in the household, what that mean? That the kid has never seen a full family structure. If he's never or she has never seen a full family structure, right? If they've never seen a full family structure, what that mean? How are they going to be able to uphold the family structure when they have a family themselves?
That's
They
right.
can't. They don't know what it look like, right? So now you got a woman who grew up without her father in the household. You got a man who grew up without his father in his household. Or maybe the man just had his father in his household and didn't have his mama, right? Either way, or vice versa for the woman, whatever it is, right? They only got one parent in the household, though. These days, it might be a situation where they got two parents in the household, but the parents are the same damn sex. I got a friend like that. We grew up, both his parents was his mom and his dad. They got divorced when we were in 5th grade. And now his mama's with another mama. Right? So in this society, it's even more confusing nowadays. You don't know what a family structure looks like. So when my homeboy have a kid, right? It might be difficult for him to uphold the family structure because he hasn't seen it since we was in 3rd grade. 25 now. He got more experience being in a household with 2 women. Right? So there's people who have experience with no 2 parents in the household. So when they get with somebody, they don't coexist with each other. It don't work out because they don't understand the compromise and the sacrifice stuff like that comes with a relationship and all that type of stuff because they've never seen it. That's what Esau wants. That's how he's wanted our societies and our households and our families to be built up and brought up. They start broken so they can never end up whole at the end, right? Because the parents, the people involved don't know how to put the pieces together. They don't know how to build anything because they never seen it. So, you know, it could be changed, but there has to be work that has to be done. A lot of y'all in the truth now, you didn't have both your parents, and you still act the way that your parents acted when you saw them in relationships. You got to find a way to lose that, drop that. You know what I'm saying? If there's people in your congregation that you know that are a righteous example, they seem to have a pretty good marriage. Every marriage ain't perfect, but you see that they're together. Ask them some things, get some advice, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Read the scriptures. You want a perfect example. Write down what I'm telling you, the examples that we're giving you today as scriptures, and you could go over this all you want, right? But these are things that need to be taught because it's not being said enough. There's certain structures that they've put in place that are made to make sure that our family structure fails if we don't have a full understanding of how our structure is supposed to be, right? Because the reason the Bible tells you about the order of man is because the structure of an Israelite and the way that the family household is supposed to be based off of is literally based off of that structure. It's based off of that order. The woman in Proverbs 31 was doing all those things for her household with the permission of her husband. First thing it told you was that he trusts her, right? Not to cause his stuff to go to spoils. I'm paraphrasing, right? So the fact that it's explaining to you that he trusts her first, and then it goes into all the things that she's doing with his trust, buying a house, buying a field, making it clothes for herself, making it clothes for her family, making clothes for other people and selling the clothes, giving donations to the homeless people, right? Building with her hands to start businesses, to make money for the clothes and the textiles in the field and all that other stuff that she's got that she's using. She's doing all that stuff for her family with the permission of her husband. Because she asked and he trusted her with it. That's basically what it was telling you. So marriage is honorable. For that to happen, there had to be a marriage, right? Society teaches us we don't need to get married. They have studies and TV shows right now that you can go watch and look up on YouTube when we finish the class, where they're explaining to you statistics. In 2030, 80% of people won't feel the need for marriage anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to make you not want to get married, not feel the need for it. If you're not married, there's certain things you ain't got to do. If enough people in society ain't got to do those certain things that come with marriage, then society's outlook on relationships and marriage changes again. That's how Esau works. They know how to do things, right?
Right.
You give us a virus, everybody got to wear a mask,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's how it works. But anyway, where we at? We read Hebrews 13.
Con.
Did we read 1 Timothy 5 and 14?
La.
Somebody read that. 1 Timothy 5 and 14. Somebody else get Exodus 22 and 16.
This book of 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 14. And it reads, I will therefore that the younger woman marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary, to speak
See that?
reproachfully.
See that? I will therefore that the younger woman marry, right? Not be out there dotting and trotting, but
Right.
marry one man, not a woman, not multiple dudes, but one man, right? Bear children with that man that she married, not multiple men that she married, because she couldn't decide if she wanted Sean or Laurent. You feel? So she had a baby with both of them. No, she's supposed to have kids and marry the man that she had that kid or them kids with, right? And then guide the house. Why? Because she's ordering it, huh? Right?
That's right.
Give none occasion, which all of that stuff is giving no occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully, right? Who's the adversary, right? House of
Satan.
time. Exactly. The Satan, right? What can the Satan do? He walking to and fro, asking the Most High who can destroy, right?
Right.
As a roaring lion. Hey, Most High, this chicken listening to her husband. Can I kill her? Most High say, yeah, go ahead, bro. Card today.
Salaki. We'll put that side
Most
right.
High, this lady not listening to her husband. Can I punish her? Yeah. Okay. Husband not fucking with you no more. You got a second wife. Satan, adversary, you speaking reproachfully. Because you acting reproachfully. Right?
That's right.
That's how it works. Read the next verse before you somebody ask or say what they was about to say.
Con. This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 15.
15.
For some are already turned aside after Satan.
You see that? Some of these women are already turned aside after Satan. Ain't nothing you can do for them. They're already too screwed up. They done messed up too many times. Some of your thought friends that you want to come into the truth, it just ain't gonna happen. They was born to be 2/3.
Con.
They've had too many 2/3 worldly experiences to become a 1/3 at this point. Their brain isn't going to connect on that wavelength. Correction ain't in their mindset. Unless it's their bank account getting corrected. Right? So that's that. Somebody had a precept or something to say?
The rock.
No.
You got something to say?
Nah.
No? I thought somebody said something. All right. Exodus chapter 22, verse 16. Somebody gets the rock 6 and 7.
This book of Exodus chapter 22, verse 16. If a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Brothers got to understand this and sisters got to understand this, right? According to the law of Moses, this is Exodus, Big Moshe, as the Jewish man would say himself, right? Masha, right? Moses. He's telling you if a man entice a maid, meaning, you know, you spit your game, cake, right? Whatever you want to call it. If a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, meaning she ain't married, you feel? And he lie with her, right? You have sex with her, you pick her up from the club. This is what shall happen. Go ahead.
He shall surely endow her to be his wife.
She should become his wife. So what happens if you them slept with 30 women? Or you a woman that then slept with 30 men? Because we got those. Right? Y'all think it's only the men that's dogs out here. It's a lot of y'all females that got body counts like Hitler.
Ooh, good.
You know what I'm saying? But y'all gotta understand there's laws that have to be followed. You understand me?
Precept.
Next verse says, if the father utterly refused to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of his virgins. Because that's how important it is. That's how much of a blessing a daughter is to a father. She ain't supposed to be just whoring herself out, sleeping with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Your pop's supposed to get paid for every dude that you didn't let slide. You stopping your family from getting money and stuff. Right? Pops don't even know he entitled to that stuff. This is in the law. So, I mean, you know. Y'all screwing up double time. Sirach chapter 6 and 7.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
Y'all women need
Be
to learn
not-
it. We teach this in our camp to the soldiers that are coming in, right? But this is something that needs to be looked at as not something that just applies to friendship. Men as well, right? The brothers is like, I'm talking to y'all too. This is something that gets applied to everything. When you're in relationships, you got a woman, you got a man, whatever it is, prove them. Prove them first, right? Or you could end up making a mistake that you end up having to get stuck with. Some of y'all got babies and hate your baby mamas, right? You didn't prove them. So keep reading.
And be not hasty to credit him.
Right? Don't be hasty to, oh, he bought me food. I should let him inside and go upstairs tonight. I just met him on Tinder. My first time seeing him, he a little shorter than he said he was on the profile picture and that thing, but you know. He bought me food. So
it really be like that though.
And guess what? Now you got AIDS because homeboy was on the down low.
Yeah.
Didn't prove him first. You would have known he was on the down low, but you wasn't checking his walkout because you was worried about the fact that he bought you food.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So prove him first and don't be hasty to credit him. Verse 8.
For some man is a friend for his own occasion.
Because some men are only cool with you because they want something from you.
Right.
And when they get what they want, they don't need you no more.
My head.
Right? They tip their hat off to you.
Right.
All right. right? That's it. So read the rest of that.
And will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
What's the day of thy trouble when it comes to relationships, right? Let's put it in perspective for Jake and Eve. Jake meets Eve. They young, you know what I'm saying? Between age 18, 22. And Eve get pregnant. They only slept together one time. And it was because at the party, they left together. He took her back to the crib, right? Now she pregnant. Think homeboy stayed?
Pretty so.
Nah. Mm-mm. That baby don't look like me. That baby ain't mine. Can we get a DNA test? No. What you need that for? That baby ain't mine. You want to buy it in the day of our trouble. Now you stuck with a kid. You got no help. You young. Had your whole life ahead of you, right? Probably could have did some other things if you had some help, but you had a baby with a dude that wasn't gonna help you. You wasn't trying to have no kids, right? That's your fault. You didn't prove your friend. You made him your friend. You was hasty to credit him, right? I don't want to say something.
Now that was me, y'all. That was me.
Never
Yeah.
mind. So,
People keep asking for the precepts. Well, I know we got some soldiers in
man, it's kind of late right now. I did y'all dirty tonight, but
here.
yeah, that's it on that. Okay, let's try to speed it up a little bit. Yeah, okay. So now we're gonna get to the husband, right? Husband being the head and stuff, and then we're gonna get into teaching, and that's gonna be it. So, First Peter chapter 3, verse 1. Somebody else get Ephesians chapter 5:22, and somebody else get Colossians chapter 3:18.
You said 1 Peter 3:1.
Yeah, First Peter 3:1. Ariah, I guess you get Ephesians 22, and Derek get Colossians 3:18.
All right, come on. This is the
First
book
Peter 3.
of 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
Be in subjection to your own husband. Go ahead.
That if any obey not the word,
Right? If you don't obey something he tell you, go ahead.
they also may be without the word, Salakia. They also may without the word be won by the conversion of the wives.
Conversation of the wives, right?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Turn this word up. While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear.
Right. That they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear. Because it may be a conversation where it's like, oh, homeboy's displeased with you because you acted a certain way. They gonna know not to act like that. Hopefully. Some of y'all don't catch the bells and stuff. They don't catch the hints. They just go do the same thing that the other chick did, thinking brothers don't talk, and then be like, damn, that's the same junk the old girl did. You know what I'm saying? Now they both talking bad about both of y'all. So y'all gotta talk to your sisters more, man. Treat them like sisters. Stop thinking everything a competition. I hate this chick. She always dressed nicer than me or whatever. I don't want to be friends with her. Or this girl always looking at me a certain type of way. I don't like her. No, you're supposed to be sisters. So y'all need to act like it. You know what I'm saying? Every time you see a sister with a dress on and some fringes and a scarf at camp or whatever, or at a feast day or whatever it is, you should be hugging her like she's your best friend that you've known for 15 years. And having conversation with her like she's your best friend that you've known for 15 years, even if it's your first time meeting her. But a lot of y'all don't have that mindset because you've been taught to think everything a competition with every woman. And the main reason is because you don't know if that woman is one of the women sleeping with the nigga you sleeping with. Because y'all not used to being exclusive. You understand what I'm saying? It's everything a competition. And even in the truth, y'all still carry that same mentality and that same attitude. Everything a competition. And shit's annoying. It's like, so Yeah. All right. Keep reading.
Oh, lost my place. Salaki.
Boy.
Salaki. I lost my place. We got 1 Peter
3 and 3.
Con. 1 Peter 3 and 3. Whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of the plaiting of plaiting the hair and of wearing of gold or of putting on of apparel.
See, so we back at that again, right? Don't be letting the first thing that people notice from you be everything you put on, right? Your lashes, your rainbow colored nails with the bedazzled jewelry on it, your fake braids, your feet ends with the gold and the silver and the black and the blue rings on it, right? Your green hair color with the blue dyed fade in at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? You want everybody to see all that stuff looking like the Little Mermaid threw up on your hair only, just your hair, right? And the rest of your body, you got on like something that looked like it belonged to your little sister. Fit your little sister perfectly, but for you it's too small. You walked out the house like that. Your little sister 5 feet and you 5'7". You got your little sister outfit on. That's how it look like y'all be walking out the house. So this is the type of stuff that we have to understand. And you not letting that stuff be what everybody notices, it's only one way for that to happen, by you having some type of meek spirit that people are going to be able to feel when you come into the room first. To where everything else you got on becomes secondary. That, a lot of y'all don't even know how to have that type of effect on a room or effect on a guy, period, because one, you never thought about it. Two, you was never taught. And three, you don't read. Right? So, keep reading. Read the verse 7.
Come. But let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of Yahweh of great price.
Right.
For after this manner, in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in Yahweh adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands.
You see that? After this manner, the old time, the holy women, the set apart women of old time, the women you're supposed to be looking up to, who trusted in God, adorned themselves, being in subjection to their own husbands, right? Go ahead.
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him master.
Right? Or Lord.
Well, I don't want to hear it. Come. Whose daughters ye are, and as long as ye do well, and are not afraid with any amazement.
You see that? So, whose daughters ye are. Y'all are supposed to be like them, right? Daughters of Sarah. You feel? Y'all supposed to act like her. She's supposed to be your example. I'm not saying you gotta call your dude Lord. You know, some of y'all gonna be too prideful to do that. But what you should do is treat him as such.
Right.
Or at least try. Right? And we supposed to do this. Verse 7.
Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace.
Wait, hold on. Giving honor unto the wife as in the equal vessel.
The weaker vessel.
The equal vessel.
The weaker vessel.
No, the equal vessel. It gotta say that it you know, happy wife, happy life, we both equal. You know what I'm saying? We like it. You know what I'm saying? I say something, he say something, I say something, we say something. Right? Equal.
The weaker vessel.
Oh, okay. All right. Weaker and equal kind of sound like they rhyme. You sure it don't say equal?
WEAKER. All
right. You got it. Go ahead.
All right. And as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered.
You see that? So your prayers won't be hindered if you act like that, right? If we look at you as the weaker vessel and treat you as such, right, and give honor to you as such, right, and teach you with knowledge because you're the weaker vessel, so we have things to teach you, our prayers won't be hindered. Some of y'all don't even let us do that. So what you think that means? You even messing it up for your dude because of how you act, right?
They ain't hearing that one.
Read verse 8. I wasn't going to do this.
All right. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another. Love his brethren. Be pitiful and courteous.
Mm-hmm.
Not rendering evil for evil or railing for railing.
Right.
But contrariwise, blessing, knowing that ye are thereunto called, that ye should inherit a blessing.
Right. So this in reference to your brothers and stuff like that, but it should be the same way with your woman, as he was trying to say earlier in the verse above, right? So that's type of things that we have to understand in reference to that. There's a certain way y'all supposed to act, a certain way you're supposed to conduct yourself, and there's certain people that y'all have as examples that you can follow, right? Just gotta go through the scriptures and read what they did and how they acted. Colossians chapter, somebody got Ephesians 22, I mean? Is that what we just read?
No, we just read 1 Peter.
Okay, bet. Yeah, Ephesians 5 and 22, and Colossians 3 and 10. I mean 3 and 18. It's like
it's the book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands.
How many times I said that?
A lot.
How many times I said that? Why keep saying that over and over and over again?
Mm-hmm.
Dude will tell you to do something. Do this, it'll make him mad. You do that shit. Boss tell you to do something, do this. He'll be okay with that. You do it. Then homeboy find out you did it and he mad at you. Right?
Right.
Yeah. For sure.
Shouldn't have listened to that dude. Should have asked your own dude what was up.
Mm-hmm.
You said it like at the beginning of every damn chapter. Like, why to say this at every church? Because Eve just got a problem with that everywhere. It's a universal problem. Eve didn't obey her own husband or the Most High. She listened to the damn serpent. Right? And y'all are Eve's daughters just like your Sarah's daughters. So you got to choose which trait you're going to have. Eve's or Sarah's. Right?
That's right.
Keep reading though.
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husband as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, as the church is subject unto Hamashiach, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything.
In some things.
In everything.
In the things that they need to be the things, but not everything, because it don't work like that. That ain't how God's made us to be.
In everything.
No, brother, it can't be everything because I'm me and he's him. And I was raised to be my own woman. I'm speaking like a woman. So I was raised to be my own woman, and it just is what it is because don't no man run me, I run myself.
Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ.
No,
so
I ain't the church. I'm myself. So
so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything.
Okay. All right. So you can't get around it, right? In everything, you're supposed to be subject. It said to consider you. So we consider what you said. We ain't got to listen to what you said. You see how that work? See how that work? Okay. So look, like the church is subject to Christ, right? Can anybody in the church tell Christ what to do?
Gonna
Would
die.
anybody try that?
No.
Luke
Huh?
19:27.
No.
Right?
He
Now, the
put to
same way
death.
everybody thought about that, right? In the same way you knew, just looking at it, like, yo, can the church disrespect Christ? No, that's crazy. That don't even make no damn sense. That's the same way you should think of it when it comes to you being a woman disrespecting your husband. Can I disrespect my husband? No. What the hell are you talking about?
They ain't trying to hear that.
What? When your girlfriend asks you to do some stuff and you like, man, my man ain't gonna go for that. You're like, man, fuck yeah, man. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But you know that's how they act.
They
Mm-hmm.
do.
You know that's how you go. So yeah, man, we ain't worried about he ain't here, right? Nah, I can't disrespect my husband. Mm-mm. What you talking about? Right?
That's right.
You better go over there with your single behind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 25. Husbands, love your wives, even as Hamashiach also loved the church.
Now, would Christ do what the church said to do? Will he do what his daddy said to do?
He did what the father told him to do.
Not what the church say, right?
La.
Right.
So it said, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. Marinate on that. All right. You're supposed to love y'all as Christ loved the church. We're supposed to be like Christ, right? Hamashiach, right? We're supposed to be like him. So the fact that we're not acting like him and giving y'all more reverence, you know, in the words of the Bible, giving our strength to the women, right? Which is something that we were told not to do by a foremother in the Bible, right? Some of y'all's grandmama, some of y'all auntie, right? But an elder woman who we all supposed to be listening to, right? And she told you not to do that. And here's Paul, right? Explaining to you that we're supposed to love y'all and reflect our love towards y'all in the same manner that Christ would do it with the church. So every instance and every manner that you think that the Hamashiach would act towards the church is how your husband's supposed to act towards you.
That's
If
right.
y'all are thinking like that, it's going to change your whole perspective on the love and all that other stuff, right? Because if you go back to lessons I taught back when we were doing the boule and stuff, I showed y'all that love, the definition of it, ain't the real definition, right? The definition now. That's not the etymological definition for the word. It doesn't originally mean, you know, kissy kissy, I love you, all that mess, right? Affection. It's not an affectionate word at the beginning of its time. It's a word that literally means the law. You know what I'm saying? Just like the truth. That's why the way you love God is by keeping the commandments. The first definition, as I showed you guys in that episode, whatever it was, I can't remember which Monday it was, but I showed you guys that that word means the love of God, keeping the commandments, right?
Right.
Love, keeping the commandments. That was the first definition ever made. Now there's a definition that means a term of endearment, a term of affection. It's been given that you say I love you when you're trying to show somebody affection or that type of stuff, right? This is the way that society's been built up to make things more easier, to make it equal in the household, to make it easier to put both people on a pedestal and make it so that not to say both voices shouldn't be heard, but to make it that both voices are equally important. It's not a king queen type of household anymore, where you know who makes the decisions, right? The saying was the man wears the pants in the household. Nowadays in society, you can't even say that because
Mm-mm.
every damn woman and her mama all wear pants. So that's that. So now we're gonna get into the teaching. Who got Colossians chapter 3:18? In fact, we ain't gotta read that. Just get into teaching. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 34. So whoever had Colossians get 1 Corinthians 14:34. Judah get 1 Timothy 2:11, and Ariah get Proverbs 22:6. We almost done. Three more scriptures after that. We finish.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14, and verse 34.
Mm-hmm.
Just let your women silence in the churches.
Now I had to talk about this, right? I know I said we was gonna talk about the polygyny and stuff and all that mess. I have a lesson for that. Since brothers keep asking for it. I'm gonna give y'all a whole lesson. And y'all can work it out with your wives afterwards, because it's gonna be some fighting in the house after that. But so 1 Corinthians 14 and 34 says, let your woman keep silence in the church. There's gonna be some silence after this too, when some of the Christian women see it, right? Or some of your women that ain't in the truth and you in the truth, they ain't gonna like this. But we're gonna break it down to you, right? So it says keep silence in the churches, meaning around the congregation, because the church is the Israelites, right?
Mhm.
For it is not permitted unto them to speak. Oh, go ahead, continue reading. My bad.
For it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law.
Right? So they're commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. That's how you're supposed to act. Your obedience is supposed to be known by what you don't say. What is saying, Sirach? It's a gift from the Lord to have a what kind of woman?
Silent and loving.
You see that? Silent and loving. And the loving there wasn't no term of endearment loving. It wasn't, ooh, I love her. No, silent and lawful, law abiding, silent and law abiding woman. That's what he was saying.
That's right.
It's a gift from the Lord to have a silent and law abiding woman. And what did it say here? Right? They are commanded to be under obedience. When you're obedient, what are you doing? Following the laws, following the directions, right? Ding, 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 ding. Now you're putting it together. Verse 35.
Verse 35. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home.
Mm-hmm.
For
That's
it
what you're
is
supposed to do. Which is another reason why it's important to have a husband at home. Which is why I told you that the young woman should get married and have kids and all that stuff, right? Not be out single by herself. Because if you're not in the truth, you do not in the truth, you get a man, y'all come into the truth together, you can ask him questions, right? He's just coming into the truth. You meet him, whatever it is, y'all can learn together. Ask him questions. That's how you learn. If he's in the truth already, been in it for a while, he established, you ask him questions. That's how you learn, right? If you're the only one in the truth and you're the woman and he's not in the truth, you act how you need to act according to what the scriptures say, so that he want to find out why you acting like that, why your mannerisms change, why you start being kind, meek, loving, right? Where all this coming from? I'm keeping the laws. What laws you keeping? America making you act like this? No, I'm keeping the laws of the Bible. I'm an Israelite.
That's
What's
right.
the Israelite? Let me bring you to these brothers. They could teach you. We're going to go to camp on Saturday. Woodruff Park. I bet. You going to keep acting like this? That's all you worry about. You act like this till Saturday, I go. You know what I'm saying? So that's 1 Corinthians chapter 14.
No,
Let's get 1 Timothy 2:11.
Book of 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach.
Wait. How are we supposed to do that? Suffer not a woman to teach. So what you mean? We're supposed to be silent and we can't talk nothing? You supposed to be quiet? I'm supposed to walk around with a scarf on my head and some duct tape on my mouth?
That's what he told you.
He didn't really say that, but like that's how y'all be acting when y'all read this. You know what I'm saying?
For real though.
I can't do nothing. What? So I can't have a say too. You know what they say?
That's
I
exactly
can't have
what
a
they
say
said.
too. I want to say too.
I don't get no
Say
sense.
two, damn it. 1, 2. There you go. Right? I want to say too. No, I'm playing. But but like folks need to understand, yo. It ain't about that. This scripture is explaining to you how you're supposed to conduct yourself around people. Why? Because once again, it's a gift from the Most High, Yahweh Himself, to have what kind of woman?
A silent and loving.
No, a Tayana Taylor.
Whew, a silent and loving.
No, Cardi B.
A silent and loving.
Megan Thee Stallion.
A silent and loving.
I don't know the rest of them girls' names. That's rapping right now.
Byron.
Who?
That girl, the girl who said Byron on that daggone movie.
That's the Tayana Taylor.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So, yeah, that's not what we want, right? We want a silent and loving one, right? And silent, law abiding. And silent don't mean you can't talk ever. That ain't what we saying. It's around the congregation when we're having, scriptural conversations or important conversations. If we at the table, we all eating, we at the restaurant, and the brothers is talking about something that's pertaining to camp, and you overhear the conversation, you ain't got to butt in with something stupid. Really ain't got to butt in at all, because you're supposed to be what kind of woman?
A silent.
Okay, so that's how it's supposed to work, right? And then you get into the car, you got some questions, you ask your man, right? So you're supposed to learn at home with your husband. Ding, 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 ding. Right? So that's how that's supposed to go. That's how that works. Not at the table. Well, I think you think that we don't care what you think. We ain't asked you.
You'll get embarrassed.
Sorry. But it is what it is.
Right.
This is a man-to-man conversation. Woman your way out. Right? I don't know. But all right. Proverbs 22:6.
God. Hey, this the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 6. It say, train up a child in the way he shall go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Now we spoke about ordering the house, right? We almost finished, guys. 2 more scriptures. We talked about ordering the house, keeping it right? Keeping everything orderly. How the woman's supposed to do that? It's a beautiful thing when she's ordering the house, right? It says you can't teach in the congregation, right? But then we have scriptures like this that say to train up the child in the way they should go, and the woman's supposed to be one ordering the house. Does this mean that the man got to teach the child everything? No. You're supposed to be teaching the child stuff, right? But what are the things that you're supposed to be training the child up in the way that they should go, right? Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 6. Somebody get that. Who gonna get it?
Gotcha.
I mean, tell me who gonna get it so I can tell the other people what to get.
The book of Deuteronomy.
All right, so you got it.
Yeah.
So Ariah, give me Psalm chapter 7, verse 8. You gonna read the long thing. I mean, I'm tripping. Psalm 78. Tripping. Verse 1. And Sirach chapter 7, verse 23. We'll be finished.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 6. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thy heart.
So, like, if your husband can't teach, I mean, if he can't see or he's ill, it's okay to break down the stuff to him. You know what I'm saying? But you're really not supposed to usurp authority over man. I'm going to get into that in a little bit. So if he's blind or something, if he could hear, there's brothers that'll talk to him and explain everything to him, break it down to him and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Teach him the scriptures. If he's got one of those Bibles with the, I forget what the grooves are for the people that can't see. Huh?
Braille.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so if he's got a Braille Bible, he could follow along with us on the phone or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And we could do a Zoom call or go private live on Facebook or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And we could go over the scriptures with the brothers. Brothers don't have no problem doing that. You know what I'm saying? We got to fish. Every fish is important in this game right here. So yeah, you train up a child in the way they should go. What are the things we should be teaching the kids, right? Deuteronomy 6:6.
Come.
What the things that the woman should be teaching the kids, which means they're things that the woman is gonna have to learn so that she could teach the kids, right? Go ahead.
Come. Deuteronomy 6:6. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart.
Mm-hmm. What words?
And thou shalt teach them diligently to thy children.
Mm-hmm.
And shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thy house,
Mm-hmm.
and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
So what words should the woman be talking to? Because all this stuff is in the house, right? Everything in verse 7 was house stuff. Who's supposed to be at the house? Keeping things orderly.
Man.
The woman.
Oh, Salakia.
The man supposed to be outside. Hunting and fishing. Unless you gag. Because, you know. Chief Two Horns, Chief Eagles both told us that the women here in America, we used to make them go out and hunt and stuff. We used to chill out, like inside. And sometimes we would go hunt. Most of the time we would, but if it was like, you know, small game we needed to go get, we'd probably send them out to go get a rabbit or something like that. And then they come back and cook the rabbit, we chill. And then he said, we do our thing at night afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So the men would just be relaxing and stuff like that the whole time. All right, your camera freezing again out. But we almost done. So
Don't go out.
Yeah. I think you're good right now. So yeah, that was so what type of things are we supposed to be teaching the kids, right? Obviously, that's the law, statutes, and commandments. Psalm chapter 78, verse 1. So these law, statutes, commandments that you're supposed to be teaching your kids, that is supposed to be in your hearts, that you're supposed to be talking about, you know, day in and day out in the house, teaching them diligently when they sit down, you know, when they walking up to go somewhere, you know what I'm saying, when they lying down to go to bed, when they rise it up in the morning. You're supposed to be saying certain things to them that's going to make them think about the law, statutes, commandments. And obviously they'll think about the law, statutes, commandments because you taught them to them, trained them up in the way they should go, right? So that's that. And you'll get in a position to want to teach them that type of stuff once you learn it yourself. You can teach your kids your ABCs because you know your ABCs, right? Got no problem teaching them that. Teach your kid how to read because you know how to read, right? You'll have no problem teaching them the law, statutes, commandments if you learn the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's
so, okay. Sirach chapter 7:23. Nobody grabbed that yet.
I get it. I'm here. You said 7:23?
Sirach 7:23.
This is the book of Sirach.
So get Proverbs 14:1. We'll be done with that thing.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 7:23.
Yep.
As thou children, instruct them, and bow down their neck from their youth.
See, if you have children, instruct them and bow down their neck from their youth. Make them respect the Most High, the law, statutes, commandments, their heritage, their culture from a young age. Right? Issachar and Asher and Zebulon and Ephraim, everybody, Northern Kingdom that speaks Spanish is big on teaching their kids Spanish when they're in the United States at a young age because they want to make sure that they know how to speak Spanish, right?
True.
They think that's their culture. You gotta know how to speak Spanish, right? But it should be the same type of reverence when it comes to the law, statutes, and commandments when we're Israelite. You gotta know the law, statutes, and commandments. You gotta know how to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You gotta know about the feast days and how to order those things, right? We have sisters that go and help us prepare for our feast days. They have to know what to set up, what to put where. You know what I'm saying? Because they've studied the feast, they know what it's about. So those are the type of things y'all gotta think about. What I just asked for?
That was
Proverbs
Sirach
14:1?
23.
Oh, it's more. Go ahead.
I think you just wanted 24.
Oh no. 23 is all I wanted.
Okay,
So
come
give me Proverbs 14:1.
I'll get that as well. You said 13:1?
Yeah, Derek just had to leave. Yeah, 14. Here, I'll read it. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 1. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. Right? So that goes back into the ordering, right? We taught in society that's supposed to be the man that does everything when it comes to the household and stuff. But the Bible not saying that. Woman has a lot to do with that. You wonder where your power comes from? Where your authority coming at? Eve, Sarah, daughters of Sarah, right? It's the household. You're supposed to keep that in order. That's your job. That's your domain, right? It's your office, your workspace. That's your corporate America in the Israelite community, right? That's where you in charge, where you get to wear your pantsuit. That's your dress, right? Your briefcase is whatever you carry around the crib that you keep in orderly and stuff. I don't know. Your sewing machine is your briefcase. How about that? Bow. So it's like your cell phone, your planner. You know what I'm saying? You got all the different things you got to do, run your errands, you got your job and stuff like that too. But we got the same type duties, right? We all got jobs. The men got jobs. We got to go out and do things for Esau, whoever it is that we work for. And we got to come and do lessons, right? We got to go out in the streets and wake up brothers and sisters and teach them the law, statutes, commandments. So it ain't like you doing all these multiple tasks by yourself and we chilling. We doing multiple things too, right? It's a sacrifice. So we all got to make that sacrifice. But some of y'all have to learn to keep your house in order and not pluck it down with your own hands. You know what I'm saying? That goes back to the Sirach chapter 26, verse 16. I'll go ahead and read that too, and then we're done. Sirach 26 and 16, once again, says, as the sun, when it ariseth in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house. Right? The ordering of her house. She keeps it in order. Y'all all talks about the definition of lady all the time. The lady is supposed to be the homemaker, right? One who maketh the bread. What are you doing? You make bread, you're making it wholesome. You're making food for the family. You put it in the middle of the table so everybody go and eat. That's what you see when you think that, right? Because that's the image that Esau gave. The white woman with the dress on, with the apron, with the little curly hair and everything, you know what I'm saying? And she got the little tray with the bread. She put it in the middle of the table. That's what you see. Cause that's the type of stuff Esau done gave. And this is the type of, like, this is where they got that whole image from. So our women used that. I used to be that wholesome woman. We gotta get back to that. Because you'll be surprised how important our family structure is, and based off how y'all act. Right? So that's it, man. That's the lesson. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I know it went pretty late because I got home late, but it is what it is. If you didn't get to watch all of it, you can watch the rest of it later on because it's tape. So we are the sons of thunder Israelites. It's our heart's prayer and desire that all Israel might be saved. Hope you have a good night. Be safe out there. How about Shem Yahushua Barakatham? Shalom.